Tiny Whoop in the house. Whoop, 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 whoop. What's going on, guys? Jay Drone here, and if you can hand me that microfiber cloth, we need to clean off our lens. Microfiber cloth. It'll fix this smudgy. Bam! Talk about some clear town. Now you can actually see out my window, and it's not a smudge. That Tiny Whoop that I just showed you when I met up with Fly in Jersey, he hooked me up with it. There is no control board on it, so I'm going to need to do a transplant when I get home. So that's definitely on the table for things to do when I get home. I got lots to do when I get home. Stan the Drone Man in the house. I'm heading home, so you know what that means. In a couple days, that gift from CT will be out in the mail for you. But yeah, we are heading home. We are heading back to Pennsylvania. It should only take about 10 hours. 9 hours and change. Take like 9 hours and change. Which is cool because we'll be home well before 9 o'clock. That way I'll be able to actually stretch my legs and relax in the house a little bit. And seeing how we got, let's see, somebody said on, I think Stan said, right on, brother. Yes, right on. But yeah, so South Carolina was cool, man. South Carolina was cool. It's a different atmosphere. Somebody else wrote something.
Yeah, they said, what up, Deirdre?
What up? Who said what up? Andy, what up? It's a different atmosphere, guys. It is a completely different atmosphere than Atlantic City. I think I'm more partial to Atlantic City. Just because their boardwalk is their boardwalk, and their boardwalk is their shopping district, and their boardwalk is their entertainment district. Somebody else said something. What up, Mr. Johnny South? What's going on, brother? Yeah, I mean, I'm more partial to Atlantic City. The beach frontage, I don't know. I did like Pig Beach, or Pig Island, where I went to. Somebody else wrote something.
Direct call me, bro. Phone number, having issues with my Facebook.
Okay, I don't know. I think I can see the messages after the feeds go down, so I can give you a call then when I decide to ship that out.
Address when you call.
Yep, that's what I figured what that was. But yeah, you're gonna have to give me a couple days to get settled in home, because I know the post office is holding a lot of mail for me.
You might have to give me that number again. It disappears.
Yeah, you might have to give me the number again later, but the post office is holding a lot of mail for me. Jay Drone probably has a lot of drone mail sitting at the post office, because I had them hold my mail for, I think it was a total of a month or so. That way nobody jacks stuff off my porch. Although I will say, guys, I was leery about leaving my house, because you guys know what I have in my house. I kind of publicize and advertise what I have in my house, although I've never shown every single room in my house. But I've shown my drone room. I've shown a couple other rooms in my house with large electronics and whatnot. Somebody said something. How's the puppy doing? The puppy is doing well. The puppy is sleeping, and hopefully he stays asleep for the entire drive. That won't happen. Yeah, so I was leery about leaving my house, and like I said, I put my mail on hold. That way people couldn't just enter my porch and take my mail. But before I left, I installed a security system, man, and the security system is still running as we speak. It's a DVR. Anytime anything moves, it gets recorded. I can play it back. I can play it back mobilely. And I left my cat. I left my cat home with a couple clean litter boxes, lots of food, lots of water, and my cat's doing good. My cat is healthy. My cat's good. My cat still has food and water. Dude, these security systems are dope. And they're hardwired, man. It's a 8-channel setup. I'm only running off of, I think, 4 channels. How's it going? Jay and Kristen from Perth, West Oz. What's up, brother? We're doing good. And he said, how's it going, Kristen? So we will get Kristen on here. Bam. She says, no, just go ahead and lean in and say hi.
Hi.
Bam. All right. And somebody else said something and wrote a little paragraph.
This is Wild Woody, a friend of RC Crazy Eric. The reason I follow now. 5 stars all the way. I love the trip coverage.
Read it again? I'm sorry.
This is Wild Woody.
Wild Woody in the house. What up?
A friend of RC Crazy Eric. The reason I follow now. 5 stars all the way. Love the trip coverage.
Positive vibes, man. And I try to. We go on mini trips. Like, we've gone on a trip down to Washington and then Atlantic City and then back home. Heading back home. Yes, man, I'm heading back home. We're gonna be there today. We're we're gonna be there today. We might even be there before the sun sets. So that'll be nice, man.
Back home to the cold.
Yeah, back home to the cold. I'm in my shirt I was wearing yesterday. Somebody said something.
How many more days on our vacay?
That's it, Johnny. Our vacay is over. So this live feed's gonna be the last of the live feeds of the vacays. Yeah, my wife says till next month, man. She's killing me. She's killing me. She just wants to go. But I guess if you guys are enjoying it, it's good content. If we do go. But anyway, I'm wearing the same shirt as I did yesterday. Why? Are you gross, J Drone? Did you not take a shower? Are you being a little scummer? Dang, you're sad. Well, Johnny, don't worry. I have tons of content that I'm going to continue to put out that I haven't put out. I have tons of raw drone footage from the SD card that I haven't continued to wrote out. Stan wrote something if you can read it. We'll touch on the shirt in a minute.
Hey, bro, let me know if you can locate any batteries for the Propel Spider Extra, not the XL version.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know if I can locate them once I get home and do a little bit of shopping around. But anyway, back to the shirt that I was wearing yesterday. Why are you still wearing the same shirt? You like to be in dirty shirts, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not the case. That's one thing about the beach that I haven't encountered anywhere on our travels. Generally on our travels, you got to change your shirt like twice a day. You got to change your shirt like twice a day because you're sweating in it, you're growing it up, you're stinking in it. Dude, on the beach, I hardly had my shirt on. I was swimming. Even when I was laying on the beach, I was topless, guys. Party boy. Yeah, I mean, so that's cool, man. I get to wear it, and I love this shirt. I should have got like 6 of them. That should have, yeah, my wife got it for me. I just love the color. The design on it's cool too, but I absolutely love the color on this shirt. Yeah, so that's definitely an added thing. If you're heading down to the beach, you can pack light. You can absolutely pack light, and especially if you're going to be in swim trunks all day. JP Videos said something.
Loved the Route 66 photos and videos. Definitely inspired my wife and I to do the same next year.
Bam, JP in the house. I'm happy you enjoyed it, man. And I got lots more to come. I have raw footage off of SD cards that I haven't loaded. I haven't loaded from drones. I also have a better camera that I was using. I didn't use it all the time because I kind of like snap and go in post. But I do have a better camera that I was using that I also have better photos on SD card. And I have abandoned spots that I haven't posted that I did record that I will be loading again. Guys, if you don't know JP, I like to do name drops as people come in. And we'll name drop somebody else, a drone guy. We got 2 people in here. We got JP Videos, who is abandoned, Urbex dude. He does a little bit with drones, but if you like to check out the Urbex on here, if that's why you joined me, he does a lot more of it. You can definitely check him out here. And Perth West, who is constantly in my feeds, my brother from Australia. He's another drone head and RC car head. He's kind of like on the same lines as here. He has been doing a lot more with RC cars, as I know, and we had 2 comments that I didn't read as I was jabbering on.
Cool, looking forward to it. Picked up an Apollo drone at a garage sale for $5. It looks ancient. Any info you have on it would be cool. It's from Idea Fly. Help.
An Apollo drone? I don't know nothing about an Apollo drone. I've heard Idea Fly before. And what's the next one?
I'm here, bro.
Who's here?
Perth West.
Bam! I know Perth West is here, and that's why I just did the shout out. You're always here. Yeah, there was a time, there was a little skip in time where I don't know if people were not catching notifications, but I was lacking some Perth West in my life. But for the past couple days doing the travels, Perth West has been on these feeds. JP wrote something.
Was laughing at the little white guard dog that was following.
Dude, like, and I mean, like the dog that we got, JP, I don't know if you know, we Navajo Indian ended up giving us the dog, and it was kind of gifted, but there's a lot of free range dogs out there, and yeah, dude, like I'm in a bin, and this was just off the street. It wasn't we kind of diverted from Route 66, which I did early on, just kind of check out the surrounding areas, and I found all those little houses, saw the little cat just grilling me, like it's like I dare you to step on this property, and then get up, and then yeah, that little ankle biter, dude. Like I honestly, I've encountered larger dogs along this trip that I was less fearful of. The little ankle biter, man, he was, I would walk and he would run up really quickly. I would stop. He was a chump though, like he pretended like he had a sack. But yeah, no, I definitely thought I was getting bit. I definitely thought turning around at some point he's just gonna charge me, and I was gonna have to run to my car or play Buddha Puppy. And doing that live would not have been good if I had to Buddha Puppy. Somebody said something.
Perswest says he's back to flying now again.
Oh, you're back to flying, brother. Yeah, I really haven't, unless you guys has posted something on Facebook, like a direct feed on Facebook. I really haven't been catching too much on YouTube, just because I've been loading on YouTube, and loading mobily takes forever. And loading off of the resort's 1 Mbps Wi-Fi, dude, it took me like 30 hours to load my tele review, which you can see that it is up, but 30 hours, dude. I've been on some garbage internets, but that by far is the worst internet that I've ever been on whatsoever.
Johnny South says that the drone he got, it looks like it's from 1970, but came out in 1999, I think.
That's crazy. Johnny, if you're on Drone Days, do me a favor, post a picture of that and tag me. I want to see it.
Shelton 1211 Scott, good morning, just joining in. What's going on?
What up, Shelton? We are leaving South Carolina. We are heading to North Carolina, or as I like to say, Norcare and SoCare. A lot of people probably aren't liking that, but we are heading up there. Those are nicknames that I gave to it because I'm definitely, California's in my heart. California's kind of like home away from home type deal, and you got NorCal and SoCal. So over on the East Coast, we got Norcare and SoCare. So we're heading into North Carolina. I'm going straight home. I'm driving straight home, man.
Although we wanted to go to the Wizard of Oz Park.
Yes, although we were in North Carolina, there's an abandoned Wizard of Oz Park. It has a yellow brick road, has some remnants of statues and whatnot. I think, what was it, the Emerald Palace or something along the lines burned down early on, I think in the 70s or 80s, and dude, they used to output numbers. They used to output a ridiculous amount of visitors per day, but when that burned down, it kind of fizzled in, and it became kind of abandoned. But so read some comments. People wrote stuff and I missed it.
That's super slow, ha ha ha. And hey, we're at North Carolina, which you already answered that.
What do you mean?
You already answered it. You said, oh, we're driving straight home.
Yeah, but it didn't say where at. On a straight shot, wherever it puts me, Perth, West Roxanne.
Birdman 316 Mike is in North Carolina.
Yes, Birdman did tell me that. And he didn't tell me exactly where he is. He didn't tell me if he's going to be along my route. If he is along my route, again, as long as it's like 5-10 minutes from my route, I can do a stop like I did with the fly in Jersey and say, what up? And be on my way. But me and Birdman got something going on, and hopefully it works. Birdman would like to get up to Centralia and hang out with J Drone and fly some drones and take some pictures of Centralia, and he has that in the play, and hopefully I didn't ruin nothing on Birdman's side, because I don't know how many people that he's told that to, but keep that on the low low, because again, I don't know if I should have outed his plans. I'm sure he's not going to be mad about it whatsoever, but we have plans on meeting. I love meeting YouTuber people. He told me, bam, Perth West, so he told you, so it's not a complete secret, but yeah, so we definitely got plans of linking up at Centralia, and just as well as some of you other guys, I got plans of meeting y'all eventually. I think Stan said something, or
everybody said something. Johnny South found a deserted water slide in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. Would be a cool high-speed FPV run. It goes down the side of the mountain.
That's dope.
Perth West Oz. We speak nearly on the daily.
Yeah, me and Birdman do too. I'm usually really busy. Turn right on what?
Loris Conway, 701.
701. Okay.
0.5
I speak to Birdman quite frequently, man. Me and him jabberjaw back and forth. A lot of the times I'm really busy, so I don't get to like have full conversations with him. But I do touch throughout this whole course of this trip. I've been touching base with him like almost on a daily. So that's one of those dudes that I do talk to frequently. Good dude, absolutely good dude.
Turning right onto US 701 North, signs for Loris.
Turning right onto US 701 North, guys. Towards Loris.
But obviously you gotta wait until we...
Yeah, so if you guys are commenting, just give my wife a second. She is my navigator. I could not make it everywhere.
US 701 North for 2 miles.
For 2 miles. I'm trying to get on a road where I'm on it less than 2 miles.
So Shelton said, Watch your speed when you hit Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Gotcha, thank you.
Cops are bad there. Johnny South, what towns are you going through in North Carolina?
I don't know.
Can't even talk. Would love to meet you en route to say what's up and burn up a few batteries.
I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue. So I am gonna continue live here. I'm gonna continue live here the entire way as long as I have cell reception. And that I've taken out of Paul Barger. I don't know if you guys know Paul Barger. I met him in Las Vegas. He's also a Drone Days member. He's also one of those dudes. You had Journey with Jay and Paul that JP said, son.
Yeah, I get them all confused. JP, Journey with Jay, I don't know who's who anymore.
I'll tell you in a second.
JP videos, got a jet, safe travels to you and Kristen.
Later,
Thank you,
JP. JP is Jay, son.
Okay.
Journey with Jay is the skinnier dude that drove the Dodge.
And Wandering Nomad is Jeff.
No, Jeff is Jeff Grant Media.
Okay.
We got some more comments.
Cool, I caught you live. Bam.
Bam! Yes.
Fun fact, RC, well met, be safe on your travels.
Thank you. But yeah, so what I was saying about Paul Barger, I've taken a page out of his book with these live feeds. He goes live sometimes for 24 hours in sleep streams. I'm not sleep streaming, so you guys don't gotta worry about that. Even if you want me to sleep stream, I'm probably not gonna do that. And he's even had it to the point where he had to go off camera. What up, Birdman? We already shouted out to you a bunch of times. Where am I turning left?
I'll tell you in a second. I'm going back and forth between you.
Here, we'll show you guys where I'm turning.
At 0.2 miles, 410 West, Green Sea Road, South.
410 West, Green Sea Road, South. So let's find 410 West, Green Sea Road.
0.1 miles.
Turn left onto South Carolina 410 West, Green Sea Road South.
Green Sea Road, South. Ah, cars, no. So I'm going over there. I'm gonna wait for these three. I could have cut in front of them, but safety first, safety first. And here we go. How long are we on this one?
I'll let you know as soon as
Continue on Green Sea Road South for 12 miles.
12 miles. These are some roads. I'm used to being on roads for like hundreds of miles, and these are short roads. Go ahead.
Bazaar says, laugh out loud, I've been messaging you now. Oh, he's talking to Birdman.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so I mean, I've taken a page out of his book just because it seems to work well. I mean, it gives everybody an opportunity to come in if you gotta leave and you want to come back, and I'm still here. I have the gift of gab. I can definitely jabberjaw, and I appreciate the commenting back and forth that assists me in jabberjawing. And it goes well. And like, dude, where were we going? I think we were coming to South Carolina from West Memphis, and dude, some dude was riding my butt, like speeding on my butt hardcore, cut to the right, got in front of me, took off, and guess what? Instant karma. And dude, it's live. Well, it's not live anymore. It was on live. Where did we see him? We saw him about 3 miles down the road, pulled over by a cop. Instant karma.
Andy Ball, will you have any giveaways coming up or in the future?
Andy Ball, yes. I don't do giveaways on YouTube just because
sometimes if you're having trivia day, but they don't go too well.
Right. Well, yeah, okay. So I have done giveaways on YouTube, and Perth West has been a winner of that, where I sent him 2 drones to Australia. I think I had another one that I did on YouTube where I sent out a drone. Generally, I do my giveaways on Drone Days because it's a little bit easier to coordinate. It's a little bit easier to keep track of. But since you asked, somebody wrote something.
Hey, bro, which part of North Carolina will you be going through?
I don't know. I have no clue. I have yet to get on a straight road. Yeah, I know. Where are you? Let me know what town you're in. Somebody else wrote something.
Okay, so I'm with the Birdman Perth click. Where are you going? Tell me, being new, what's going on?
All right, check it out. So if you are new to the J Drone channel,
Burlington.
Okay, so check.
Andy Balls and Faith, Fort Wayne.
All right. So just stick with me, guys. I have yet to get on a straight road. If I can get on a straight road where I'm going to be out at 100 some miles and I don't need directions, we can look these places up and see if they're going to be on a route and if I can make a quick stop and say what up. But yeah, if you are with the Perth West crew, Birdman crew, and you are new to the Jay and Jerome channel, I do appreciate you. Smash that subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button. But what we do here, we generally do drones. I generally do a little bit of RC cars and whatnot, and tech reviews. But as of recently, I've been doing some urbex. Route 66, if you like Route 66, I've canvassed Route 66 from almost Chicago down to California. I got a lot of videos on that as well. And travel, we do a little bit of travel, and we've been kind of doing the morning with Jay Drone on YOUTUBE.com. Happy to have you here. Go ahead.
Hey Wes, Jay, meet Wes at Fun Factor RC.
Fun Factor RC, what? I don't know.
That's his name on here.
Oh, so tell me that. Go ahead.
So meet Fun Factor.
Meet Fun Factor. Fun Factor, pleasure to meet you.
And he said nice to officially meet you.
We are doing a little invisible handshake. Stick your hand out. Stick your hand out. Stick it towards your monitor. Let's do a little invisible handshake. And fun factor, if you are realizing, I'm not your typical dude on YouTube. I'm a little bit of like a bouncy ball, where I kind of bling, bling, bling. I'm all over the place, dude, and I try to have a little bit of personality, try to have a little bit different personality where I can keep you entertained. Are you not entertained? Be entertained. A little gladiator there for you. I don't know that he said be entertained, but yeah. So I mean, that's what we do here. That's what we do here. What's that? Yes, Gladiator was a good movie. I absolutely love Gladiator. Gladiator was an excellent movie, and that's really not my genre of movies, guys. And then as you'll see, guys, and if for the guys that have been here, you absolutely know, as somebody says something, I'm easily sidetracked. Like my wife said, Gladiator was a good movie, and I start diving into it. Then I stop myself just to let you guys know that that's kind of what we do here too. My wife, and I refer to this on most of my live feeds. My wife calls me Squirrel Boy. Why? Because I love to eat squirrels. What? Mr. RC, $5 comment, dude. I appreciate that.
The next drink stop is on me.
I appreciate that, bro. Absolutely. That's huge. See, you distracted me.
Flying Jersey's here. He said,
Flying Jersey's here. We got a whole crew of some of my favorite YouTubers here. We got Birdman, Flying Jersey, JP was here, Perth West Oz is here, dude, and I got a friend, Big Live Feed, yo. Somebody said something.
Birdman said, how did you like my graffiti tunnel bit?
My graffiti tunnel bit, I only caught a little bit of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell you that I watched the entire thing. I only caught a little bit of it, and I did like it. Whoa, that's an epic abandoned find right there. Too bad I'm moving. I will, dude, I'm going to go through our conversation that we've had along the trip, because I'm not going to lie, I haven't been able to check everything out just because I've been go, or when I'm stopped, it's sleep time. But when I get home, I'm going to re-troll our conversations and check out the videos that you sent me and give you some positive input on it of what I think of it, and be a good YouTuber myself and message on your YouTube kind of like you guys always do to me. So stay tuned for that, brother.
Flying Jersey, can't stay long on break at my job, just checking in to make sure you are good.
Bamzo, my man, the Flying Jersey, and that's the dude that I met in Georgia. I think it was Georgia. Yep. And again, that's just one of the guys on here. Like a lot of you guys are people that I talk to frequently that I had the pleasure of meeting. Jersey, I'm good. Thank you for checking in, brother. Hopefully everything's going well for you. I'm happy that you're at work. That means it's not raining, and maybe you can get that weld on. Go ahead.
Birdman said, cool, understandable, bro. Johnny South said, just looked in at Drone Days. Think I did it right. I have to join first, right?
Yes, you will have to join first. There's a slight read what Perth West said.
What up, Drew? He's talking to
Okay. Joining is a little bit easier said than done. Because I am the only admin, although when I get home, for other reasons said to be, I'm adding one or two family members as admins. They're not going to delete people or anything. They're actually not going to be involved as admins at all, besides the fact that they can add people. Like right now, Johnny, I'm going to need to know your real name. I'm gonna need to know your real name and somehow reach out to me on Facebook if the Johnny South is not your real name, and let me know your real name. I can advance you to the front of the line. There's a couple hundred people trying to get into Drone Days, and I do not just add people because of the constant trollage. We got constant trollage going in. Yes, my wife is going to be an admin, and again, they're not going to be deleting people. They're not going to be deleting posts unless I say so. But in this juncture, like, hey, I want to be a part of Drone Days, and I want to see what you want to post in Drone Days. She'd be able to be on her cell phone right now, and bam, Johnny South added.
Yeah, he said that's his real name too.
Okay, so cool. If that's your real name, that's an easy name to remember. I will troll the list of and if you just clicked it now, it'll make it easier. I have filters on there that I can see recently asked to be added things, and bam, approve before I decide to approve a mass amount of people. Because dude, Drone Days grows quickly, and that's dude, it's unreal. Drone Days grows very quickly to the point where I don't know. It's a little overwhelming how quickly it grows. Sometimes it grows like 200-300 people in 3 to 4 days. Other times it grows like 1,000 people in a week. Comments, read some comments.
It's not raining yet, due to rain around 11:12. Let's find Jersey.
Did anybody else write anything prior to that?
No, they're talking to one another.
Okay, that's cool. Y'all can talk to one another. That's part of community, dude, and that's what this is all about, is community. Because without you, there would be no YouTube.
It would be a Me Too.
Right, it would just be Me Too. It would be me watching me videos on me. In proper English would dictate that I would say Me Too watching my videos of me, but I meted out. I triple meted it. People wrote stuff.
I'm back. My phone died. Laugh out loud. I was telling Jay, actually, okay, well, we got this. It's not raining yet due to 11:12, which I knew he was telling you. Okay. No, I got a new video up. Perth was up. Same here. Okay, so he was telling you it wasn't raining. Which
Yes, I got that.
That. Love to fly in tunnel FPV.
Okay.
Fun factor, you didn't go through Alabama, did you?
Alabama, I did go through Alabama, bro. Sweet home Alabama. I did a live feed driving through Alabama. And that's right before I met Jersey, because Jersey's in Georgia. I went right through Alabama, and dude, y'all got some green grass out there. Your grass is almost as green as my shirt. Not quite, but it's a lot greener than what I'm seeing here in South Carolina. Let me show you what I'm saying. This grass is pretty green, but it's like yellowish green. In Alabama, y'all got some of the greenest grass I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not a grass connoisseur. I'm not a horticulture buff. And what is this stop sign about? Look at these stop sign, guys. I was
These
about
are
ready.
those little people stuff.
All right, so where am I going after here? Straight?
I don't know. I'm doing 10 things, buddy. In 2.2 miles, you will have
Let me see the screen. Okay, so I'm going straight here, guys. This is a massive... I hate these stop signs in these intersections. Dang, I'm Central Alabama. I wish I had woke up and spoken earlier. I'm not exactly an extro... What's that word?
Oh, extrovert.
What is that?
There's introverts and there's extroverts. He's not an extrovert, so he's probably an introvert, which means maybe he doesn't socialize.
Oh, okay, so you're a hermit.
No, I didn't say you're a hermit.
I'm joking. I know you didn't say you're a hermit. You said you're shy. But no, I'm a cool dude to me. Other people said stuff.
Hold on, Jason. He's not exactly an outgoing, overly expressive person.
Anything else?
I'm working on it, buddy.
Dude, wife's getting sassy.
Yeah, do you see how he is? He's like, come on, read all the comments or I'll slap you.
I didn't even say that, dude. I didn't even say that.
He's shy. Adjust your color exposure, then the grass will be green, not yellow. Laugh out loud.
No, I promise you, the grass in South Carolina, because I'm seeing 2020 here. The grass in South Carolina has a yellow tinge to it, just like the grass at home does. The grass in Alabama is green. I promise you. Somebody wrote something.
Jersey wrote multitasking at its finest. Yes, which is why I'm getting sassy.
Yes, my wife is multitasking. She's reading and she's also directing. I believe Johnny South wrote something.
Yeah, Fun Factor did too. Yes, reclused. I live in the sticks and not many pilots out here. And Johnny Southborough, your wife, Molly the multitasker.
Yes, Molly that's the first time I ever heard that. I like that. Molly the multitasker. But yeah, dude. I mean, I'm definitely not a recluse, but I'm with it.
We live in a recluse.
Right, we live in a pretty recluse area. I'm the only house on my side of the street. I have 4 neighbors across the other street. None of us, well, one, the police officer across the other side of the street, I'm on talking basis with, but we don't talk often. We kind of mind our own business. And all the other neighbors kind of wave occasionally, sometimes throw the middle finger up when my one neighbor's cutting his grass every 2 days. I hate cutting my grass, so it makes me look bad.
Does it like every day?
Yeah, my wife says he does it like every day. Jersey Road something. Go ahead, dude. I hate these intersections.
Bro, I gotta get back to it later, brother. Like the thumbnail too, by the way. Laugh out loud.
Yes, bam, exactly. And the beginning of this, I told you that little whoop that I did the thumbnail of, that came from Jersey. We will be putting that together when we get home. RC wrote something.
He said that he has the same type of neighbor.
Same type. Dude, I hate it, man. Somebody else wrote something.
Johnny Southborough, peace, bro. You guys drive safe. We'll check you out later.
Johnny South will get you in drone days. Absolutely. Perth West wrote something.
My neighbors don't hardly talk.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of way that I like it. I don't want everybody all up in my Kool-Aid and they don't even know the flavor and they're trying.
Left onto State Road is 2633.
And they're trying to figure out the Kool-Aid, dude. My Kool-Aid's my Kool-Aid. Stay out of my Kool-Aid picture and allow me to have my Kool-Aid. Y'all don't need to be all up in it unless I'm advertising, like right here. I'm happy to let y'all know what Kool-Aid I'm jamming with. It's mainly grape. Love me some grape Kool-Aid.
Left onto State Road is 2633.
Slight left on the State Road, S2623. That is right here. And the road that I'm on, or I was on, there's a lot of abandoned stuff on, but we're just driving. I'm gonna drive straight through. We're 7 miles again. I can't get a road and see about comments.
But she says it's the fastest route.
I can't get a road that I'm gonna be stuck on for like 100 miles when my wife can relax and not look at the screen.
Birdman says, in my area, I'm the lone wolf of RC, it seems.
That's how it is for me, man. I mean, I got my friend Raul in Hazleton, which he's a couple miles away from me. I don't live in Hazleton. Then JP, he flies occasionally. That's the abandoned dude that was in here. Jonathan Reinhardt, I got my friend there. He's a RC drone builder who lives near Centralia. Other than that, I think that's it. There's really nobody in the town that I live in. There is one person, but I don't know him. He buzzes around and whatnot. I've seen his drone, but I don't know him. As far as there's not a large population in the area that I live that is all about drones. Perth West wrote something.
I'm the same. I fly into RC by myself most of the time.
Yep, I mean, I have people have driven up from Pittsburgh from drone days to fly with me. That was the largest group that I ever flown with, but we were only flying one drone on one. Big comment there.
Doing any events this year? Hobby Co. has a thing in June, I think. Also the Sailors in July. I'd like to make the show this year, meet some other like minds.
What Birdman is it?
Lone Wolf RC group left.
Yeah, Lone Wolf,
Yeah, like you know how like different like religions, they have like the different communities that they build.
Yeah.
And all like-minded people of that religion. You could build a community just for Lone Wolf drone guys, and we could all live in this community.
Yeah, we're all gonna move together. We're all gonna find a median point and all move together and have the biggest RC drone community. Period. That's probably not gonna happen, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to go out and fly with people every day. But dude, RC with the long comment. That's Sailors. Is the RC Sailors actually the one that's holding that thing? Because I know somebody said they're gonna be there. And myself, I don't quite care for them. I don't care for them just because I think they're sellouts. I think they're sellouts to a corporation, and they yes. Okay.
So we probably won't be
no,
there.
we might be there. We might be there. So like I said, I think they're sellouts just for the simple fact that they hyped an X6, a Tarantula X6 that was rebranded by Quadrone. It's called the Quadrone Sentinel that sells for $300. And they didn't tell anybody you can get the original X6, which is the exact same thing, different colorway for $50-some. So I think they're sellouts in that juncture. Read what he said.
They posted the other day that only 50 people signed up so far.
What do you gotta do? Do you gotta pay them to show up there, or Let me know about this because I might just show up to
I'm gonna send you a message though.
yeah, send me a message. Perth West, if you know RC, somebody send me a message on D.
Miles from me. I just need to catch him out flying at the right time.
Keep reading.
John C. Hello, J. Drone.
What up? What up,
Fun
John C?
Factor said pay to fly, 10 to look.
Pay to fly, 10 to look.
Yeah, no. Fly for free.
Pay to fly, 10 to look. See, I would be 10 to look. Does 10 to look mean I get to kick the dude in his shins? And I'm not putting friends out there. I'm
40
joking.
to FKY.
Joking. Not joking. I'm
40
not
to
joking.
FKY.
I don't know what
I don't
FKY
either.
is.
I'll find out how to contact you and send you the link from the Fest page.
Yeah, it's somebody. I mean, $10 is nothing. If I could square up face to face with this dude, we both got glasses now. I generally didn't wear. Maybe we could turn his thing into the J Drone meetup.
You crashed their event, Jay.
Right.
Over the gate.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe I could publicity it because, dude, I got 22K on drone days. I don't have as many on YouTube. 101, and with that $300 X6 tarantula that they're shoving down people's throats, not telling them nothing about it, lost all respect for me. Go
First
ahead.
also said FPV with the Bug Studio, make an FP vid on it, bro. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, and the Bug Studio, I don't know, you might be able to see it. It's in the back window. It's right here. And I got almost, I've seen somebody go over a mile on it, and yeah, just zoom in and what to do. That'd be epic. But how are you? Bam. And if you're asking where everybody else is that's in this feed, Birdman is in NorCal, and let's see, RC's in Alabama, and Perth West is in Australia, and myself, I'm on this road. I'm on the lonely road, and I'm the
North Carolina.
Get it out. Horrible reception, guys, but I think finally we are back. I don't want to circle.
0.2 miles.
Where hopefully there's some reception. Okay, guys, for hopefully the last. Fading is the signal that I have on YouTube. We are probably going to buffer out again because I'm on Cherry Road where everything looks like cherry-ish color in the grass. It's pretty weird. But we are back. We're definitely back. So anybody else want to come back, definitely come back. Tell your friends, please come back. I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. I'm joking. But let's see, somebody's still here. Perth West. I think Perth West is still here. Perth West, you might be. Horrible reception, man. Dude, the reception from West Memphis to South Carolina was pretty good. Had I had my phone charging, it probably would have lasted the entire way. The reception out here is not great. Hopefully it sticks. I think Perth West Road's on.
I'm here, bro. That's from Birdman. Perth West said Bammy's back.
Bam! We got some people back.
Anubis Machine said, what up, Jay?
Anubis, what's going on,
Good
brother?
morning.
Good. I'm trying.
We're gonna flying us into something.
In a quarter mile, turn left to stay on Cherry Road.
Quarter mile, turn left to stand. Isn't Verizon? Can you hear me now? Well, hear me now, which is ridiculous. Yeah, you can hear us all over.
Cherry Grove Road.
Turning left to stay on Cherry Grove Road, which will go. dogs just sitting on the side of the road. No leashes.
Turn right onto Railroad Street West.
Turning right onto Railroad Street. Geez, I wonder why this is Railroad Street. Anybody? Railroad crossing sign. And we have railroad tracks. Quite the name for the street. Somebody didn't put too much thought into that, but I guess it's fitting. It is very fitting. Nice little area out here
In
too.
1,000 feet, turn left onto Church Street.
Dude, GPS is just winding me left and right, left and right, left and right. There has to be a straight interstate to get back home.
She's giving
Turn
you the
left onto Church
fastest.
Street.
Like, this can't be the fastest.
That's what she said.
And heaven forbid anybody takes this route and needs gas. We've crossed maybe like 6 gas stations, all abandoned.
Wall Street.
Quarter-mile turn right on the Powell Street. Like, we are in a small community here. Hopefully the feed stays, guys. Birdman wrote something.
I'm not there
Okay,
because we're
bro, I left you a message. I think you wrote, I left you a
Aren't you gonna hit
message.
this guy
No, I'm not. I'm not hitting nobody.
the way you are.
Community building. It doesn't look like it's used too much for a community anymore. Otherwise, it means a fresh. Yeah, J-Drone. Look at this house, dude. This house is epic. Off to the left here.
For 6 miles.
Bam. All vines grown in. But we need to
a little
go
bit
this
hot in
way.
here, buddy.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit hot, so we could turn the air on a little and turn that down. Go ahead, dude, with your PT Cruiser. Although I did have the right of way. I was first. And I'm going. School buses. I can't believe that this area needs that many school buses. We're in West Columbia.
Don't say Columbia, it's in Columbus.
Not Columbus. We're in West Columbus, not to be confused with Columbia. And somebody told me if I don't go to Columbia, I believe South Carolina, definitely not a great spot to be.
Easy.
Easy what?
You don't want to drive straight.
No, I'm not going to drive straight.
Why?
Although my wife is a good navigator, she is a horrible side seat
No,
driver.
you would have kept driving straight. Would have ended up in the field. You ever look at the
Absolutely not.
screen? Yeah.
Absolutely not. That's not.
Yeah,
Dude, the screen is positioned right in the middle of the vehicle. That way I can look at it
Alright,
and
that's
look
fine. I just
past
won't
it.
tell you nothing no more.
Well, then
And
we're never
when
gonna
we're
get
in-
home.
And then when we're in a field, I can say, ha, I told you so, and you two witnessed it.
Nah, YouTube ain't witnessing Jade in the field. There's the field she's talking about.
No, it's not. It was back there.
Somebody's writing something.
Well, good. I'm watching my map. I can't do one. You're pixelated like Atari 26 game. I left you a message on Facebook chat. I'll be at work most likely, but stop by anyway if you're in the area. Address and chat box. Thanks for navigating. You're welcome. Losing signal. I sent you a message. Might be on a straight stretch in a little bit. So it's kind of straight. But I don't know.
Welcome to J Drone's Atari Land, where everything's pixelated and we look like a 1980s video game. Hopefully you're enjoying the feed. Hopefully you're enjoying the pixelation. I've worked hard on this video, and that is all a part of the incorporation. Do not get it twisted. It is not due to poor cellular reception. This is the Atari J Drone pixelated show. Hopefully my face is still pixelated because I've worked hard on these graphics. Joking, of course. Horrible reception, man. Hopefully we run into a good line of reception.
Chicken.
Big turkey. That wasn't chicken. That was a turkey.
There's a chicken.
That was a big turkey. We just passed a big turkey with an ugly red head. Why are turkeys' heads so ugly, dude? Like, what did the history? They must have done something really bad, and the turkey forefathers, like, their heads are ridiculous. But yeah, so I probably won't be able to get a hold of your address off of my messenger just because I'm driving, and I can't access it as I'm driving because that would be unsafe. So I don't know that I'll be able to get that address unless I decide. Well, I have 320 miles on my gas tank. Around when I have 100, I'm gonna stop for gas, and then I can check messages. Birdman wrote something if you're not on there.
Well, they cheated on their taxes.
Huh?
They cheated on their taxes.
Who cheated on their taxes? Atari? Maybe that's why they're bankrupt. Although I don't think Atari's bankrupt. I think they're just not mainstream. But I think Atari still puts out stuff, like video games and whatnot. I could be wrong. Birdman wrote something again.
152 Tribeca Drive, Burlington, North Carolina.
152 Tribeca Drive. Make sure you put that into my messages.
The turkeys did.
Oh, the turkeys? Bam. Okay, now see, everything makes sense. So they cheated on their taxes. That's why they got like fire heads. I'm gonna call it a fire head. It looks like they stuck their head in a hut and it just got all gnarly
If
and
I had a
whatnot.
pen, which I don't.
Yeah, if my wife had a pen, glove box. There should be a grip of pens in the glove
There are no
box.
pens in this glove box. You think of the Impala one?
No,
No, there's no pens in this glove box.
check all the way back.
I can't because I have stuff there.
My wife has a glove box full of so much stuff. It's
No,
like
I have my
it's like
hidden gem.
it's like a darn treasure
No,
box.
it's not.
Like you can find gold in that glove box. That's how much stuff's in there. There's a little map for the glove box, and there's that little X like to the left, and you gotta fish your hand to the left, to the right, go back
It's
a little
not
bit.
even a true story.
My wife's like, that's not true.
It's like saying the glove box is Narnia.
The glove box is Narnia, dude. You can put your hand in the glove box and touch water, touch ocean water.
52. Let's see.
Birdman, I think she's trying to type her address in to see
No,
if.
I'm trying to type it into a notepad.
Okay,
So we have
my
it.
wife's typing it into a notepad, and then in some juncture we will maybe see if it's on our route, if it's not going to be too big of a detour. So you can just bear with that. We're passing some water, a little bit of water in the field. Got some water in the field, give you a little bit of land to lay, and a little
Okay.
Mustang.
He said, O'Reilly's Auto Parts. I'm out on a delivery. Just ask for Cruz. I'll be back shortly.
Who said that?
Birdman.
Oh, you work for O'Reilly's Auto Parts? Wait a minute, buddy. Wait a
In a quarter mile, turn right onto the ramp to Lumberton.
You work for my favorite song? Oh, O'Reilly's Auto Parts. I've actually never seen O'Reilly's Auto Part until I was traveling. We do have them
Turn
around
right
our way,
onto the
I
ramp
think.
to Lumberton.
To Lumberton. I hear the commercials on the radio, but I'd never seen an O'Reilly's Auto Part until we started traveling, so I don't know where in our area they are.
In a quarter mile, merge onto US 74 West.
That's a bad sign. They shouldn't have that, so we can see that this way. Kind of like had me shook. They had a wrong way sign, and that was obviously for the other side of the road, but they should have put them on both sides to make it think I'm going the wrong way. Kind of get a heart attack when that happens. Like, oh, I'm going to run headed into traffic. Boom, 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 boom. We are going to merge onto this highway where we have some very rude tractor
Continue
trailers
on
that
US
did turn
74
over.
West for 16 miles.
16 miles. That's ridiculous. We're not going to be on nothing. I see the baby in the back. Yeah, the puppy dog bouncing around, bro. We should just stay situated. Stay situated. Lay in your bed and just relax. But I guess that's not what puppy dogs do. They like to bounce around like little wild jackrabbits and not stay situated until he falls down behind my seat and starts crying because he can't get back up. That's happened quite frequently, where his head's just like popping up and he has no movement of arms or whatnot. We are getting close to Fairmont and Maxton. Fairmont and 13 miles, Maxton and a couple more. No, you cannot come up this way. No. He's trying to come up to my seat from the side there, and that's just not happening. Not happening at all, because that will make for a very distracted driver. And he just put the window down. Dude, that dog's doing all types of stuff back there. No, stay back. Get back. Get back. Go. You probably saw him over my shoulder. Trying to bomb the vlog again. He's a vlog bomber. He definitely is. Absolutely a vlog bomber, that dog is. We are on an interstate, and we are not for long, man. I need to get on a road that I'm going to be on for 100 some odd miles to get good gas mileage. 2, so the wife can read the comments on these feeds as people come in, because I'm sure more people will filter in as we have good reception. Yeah, that dog is just bouncing all around. Go lay down. Go lay down. Let's see. I have a hard time reading. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe my wife.
He says I'd like to meet him as well.
Yes, if I mean, for Centralia meet, I probably won't bring him just because that's added package if we decide to meet there, or if you are on my course and the detour is not too far. Yeah, you can definitely meet him then. But if the detour is further than I'd like to detour, because again, I'm trying to get home before the sun drops. Just because I really don't like driving at night. Even with my glasses on, my glasses have anti-glare on it and all types of other stuff to make it easier for me to drive at night. Driving at night, I'm not a fan of, and I've only done it maybe like 2 or 3 times on this trip, which I'm fortunate that we had the ability to just kind of like stop and hunker down. And dog is chewing on something in your bag.
My bra.
Dog's chewing on my wife's bra. But we're cruising down the road here. Cruising down the road, guys. We'll give you a little road here. Little roadage in case there's some instant karma that we pick up like on the last one. And again, guys, the instant karma that I'm speaking of, somebody rode up on my butt. They just about hit me in the rear end of the car, and then spud to the right of me and spud to the left of me and just took off. That was the trip going from Alabama to SoCal. And then right up the road, they got pulled over. So be aware, guys. Karma is true story. What?
Vehicle entering when flashing.
Vehicle entering when flashing. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Maybe that's for tractor trailers. Tractor trailers have a lot of strict stipulations when they're driving on the road, where they have to stop, they got to get weighed, they got to go through checkpoints, they got to go through service points, and it's a lot of stop and go, man. It absolutely is.
I'm originally from Florida. I'm a FLA boy. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, Florida. I've never been to Florida, and we actually plan on going to Florida at some point just to kind of check it out, because Florida seems cool. Florida seems like a nice area that we might want to venture on down to. So that might be in the trips for some more YouTube videos. Florida. And this dog just don't want to stay back. He needs to stay back. I need to get like a puppy gate. I need to get a puppy gate for the car for when the dog's in it. That way he's not being a distraction to the driver. You can probably see him. Bam. Right there, I think. Maybe right there. Yeah, you can see him. He's right there. Flog bomber. He just wants to come up here, and I don't want him up here. Look at him. You hear him? He's vicious. He wants to eat my head.
Pure blood Florida too.
Pure blood Florida too. Who said that? Birdman. That dog's just bouncing all around, dude. Keep on giving him light shoves to try to keep him back there, which I think the dog is a game. It's like, yeah, I come up here, I get shoved, got some produce truck right there. Just lay down, relax, lay down. We got a long ride ahead of us. Lay down. We are back to the dog bombing show. You hear him, dude? Ridiculous. I feed that dog, I take that dog outside, I run with the dog. Like, I actually run with him because I know he's a herding dog and he likes to run and whatnot. I run with him, dude, and this is the way he treats me. No, get going. See, look at him, man. He's getting put back there unless the wife's holding him. There, the wife's gonna hold him, try to calm him down, and then that's not gonna work. So then he's probably gonna get sat on the floor, and maybe he'll go to sleep. He actually likes sleeping on my wife's feet. Crazy dog, man, crazy dog. We will go put this towards the road. Give you a little bit of road view. If you just checked in, guys, we're heading back home. And if you don't know the J Drone Show and you just popped in, we will turn it around. I am your host on the J Drone Show, JYDRONE on YLUTUBE.com.
When we were situated and stuff, he was very calm. He wasn't bitey and he was good.
Yeah, so the dog, when he's in a confined area, he gets a little relentless and restless, kind of like me. And when we were in the hotel, we should move over for people like that. When we were in the hotel, he was a lot calmer. He didn't get all rowdy and whatnot because he was able to walk his little paws around and kind of just roam the room. But I'm excited. I'm excited to go home, man. I really am. My wife's not. She would like to stay on the road. She would like to stay in hotels. She would like to find new areas. She would like to explore 24/7.
Gypsy.
But until one of you millionaire viewers, maybe I got a millionaire viewer, decides to drop a couple 100,000 on me. That ain't gonna happen. But we will do more videos and whatnot. I'll have more stuff uploaded. We will explore some more because J Drone likes exploring. I keep adjusting this, trying to give you the best perception. Kind of see the trees going out that way. Kind of see out my back window a little bit, not too much. But yeah, so I mean, put your seatbelt. I got my seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on for the J Drone show because it's about to get turned up. When we get home, it's about to get turned up as far as drone stuff goes. I got so much drone stuff in my head that I want to do. I got so much drone stuff just sitting at home that I have not opened. And I know I got drone stuff sitting at the post office. You had a priceless experience. Yeah, dude, priceless, man. I know so many people that say Route 66 is their bucket list.
No.
And it was my bucket list, and my bucket of that list has been full. It's been filled to the brim, and although we had an itinerary, although we had a plan, although we had a very good idea of what we were going to do, we deviated from that and we saw a lot more stuff. We hit some abandoned ghost towns. We hit a toxic ghost town that we probably should not have been walking around in, with chat piles out the wazoo. If you don't know what a chat pile is, go ahead and Google that. But dude, it was priceless, man. Overloaded with awesomeness too. It really was. This trip was all in all a great trip. And one for the books. Definitely one for the books. So if you guys if you're new to the channel, you definitely want to go check out some videos that I have outputted, because I've outputted a lot of videos about Route 66, about abandoned areas, and we have a lot out there, man. And if you want to catch nonsense, I have a couple live videos. That I decided to go live, kind of like this, where we were talking about nonsense. We were just jabber-jawing forever. So if you guys like to hear somebody jabber-jaw forever and you want to check out another feed, you can definitely do that, man. I have it out there. I try to keep you guys entertained. We'll go ahead and flip this way and just give you some driving here. Got a nice Mercedes coming up. He's moving a little bit faster than he should. I'm actually setting my speed control, my cruise control here to 70. And here goes the Mercedes C250 passing up. He's not going too fast. He's not driving recklessly. But he is definitely driving faster than the speed limit, I think. Although, I don't know. Maybe the speed limit's 75 and I'm going under the speed limit. If that's the case, we are going to turn it up a little bit too. We're going to increase our speed to a higher velocity. That way we can be doing the law. We can be abiding by the law, guys. But yeah, so drones. I can't wait to have a full day of dronage, man. I haven't had a full day of dronage in almost 2.5 weeks, I think. I think we've been out for about 2.5 weeks. I don't think we've quite hit the 3-week mark yet. So I'm definitely excited about that. How many miles on this road?
I can't keep going back and forth, buddy. 3.9 miles.
3.9 miles on this road. Then we are going to switch over to another road and be on another road. I have yet to hit a road where I'm going to be on 100 some odd miles, which blows my mind, because that's been this trip.
I wish I knew where those dog treats were, or in the bones that you bought him, because
Yeah, I
that
don't
would
know.
kind of keep him situated, because I'm just throwing food at him, and that's working. But I
Do
can't
you hear
keep-
my wife? Dude, she's just throwing food at the dog. Like, she's taking little food pebbles, like, bam, bam.
That's what you do with a child on the road. You give it a snack, it'd be quiet, and be happy. That's what you do with a puppy.
She's not really throwing food at the dog. She's giving the dog food, but that's a nice animated expression. Shut up, dog. Bam, have some food. Bam, have some food. That's really not going on. We got a nice stream going on here, guys. I know a lot of people have left. I'm sure a lot of people will definitely check in. We got clear reception now. We got clear reception. Reception is the killer of live streams. It really is. I can have an epic stream going where there's like 10 to 20 people in, lots of jabberjaw, and can you hear me now? Verizon, where are you at? And Verizon just fails. Maybe that was Sprint. I don't know. Who's Can You Hear Me Now? If anybody checks in, let me know who's Can You Hear Me Now? What cellular provider is Can You Hear Me Now?
AT&T.
What?
AT&T.
AT&T? I don't know. My wife's gonna look it up, I think. She's gonna look up what cellular provider is. Can you hear me now? I'm still here, bro. Dude, Birdman, you're like the last survivor, dude. Which is cool. Verizon.
House Sprint got Verizon's. Can you hear me now?
House Sprint got Verizon's. Can you hear me now? So maybe both of them have it. But regardless of the fact, I got Verizon, and I don't feel that Verizon's doing a good job with their cellular towers, because you guys couldn't hear me now. You guys couldn't hear me now for a little while. And that's unacceptable on Verizon's part. Cutting into the J Drone Show on YOUTUBE.com. They need to up their game. And we would just turn this around and we off my ugly mug for a little bit and show you the road. We have road work coming up on ahead. Begin road work next 15 miles. I have yet to see a speed limit sign, and again, I've noted that in Pennsylvania, dude, our speed limit signs are, dude, they're like every half mile, where you know how fast you're supposed to be going. On roads outside of Pennsylvania, I guess it's maybe common knowledge.
Continue on to I-74 West, US 74 West.
Maybe like common knowledge what the speed limit is. But for an outsider like me, I don't know what the speed limit is. I have it set at 70 because...
Did you see a sign? I haven't yet.
No, I haven't seen a speed limit sign at all.
My map should have the speed limits marked.
My iPhone occasionally have it. It would definitely occasionally have it.
Maybe up here.
Let's see. I think we got a speed limit sign.
Or maybe not.
Alternate? We're coming up on alternate.
I-74 West for 3 miles.
Continuing on I-74 West for 3 miles.
She needs to get her stuff together, yo. She's like...
American Indian Highway. That's where we're on, Birdman. If you were still here, we are on the American Indian Highway. There's a speed limit sign, 70. J Drone was good. 70, so I will reset my speed at 72. 72. Break the law by 2 miles an hour. And we might be surpassing this truck here, which we are. We are overpassing, surpassing. We are passing. I don't know why you gotta have all those abbreviations in front of passing. It doesn't quite make any sense because you can just say passing. Exit 210. I don't know if you know where I am, Birdman. I don't know where I am. I just know I'm driving home.
Take exit 209B north for I-95 north toward US 95 north.
I-95 north. That's where we're going to be going in 2 miles. 2 miles we will be on I-95 north. The dog is chewing on everything. Need to just get him a muzzle. Get that dog a muzzle. That way he can't chew on nothing in the car. I've never put a muzzle on any dog before. So what's he got? Nice dog, dude. Dog. The dog likes
stuff I can't find.
The dog likes to go into bags, and one thing he likes to pull out of a bag and chew on is razor blade. Are we still straight yet?
You're gonna, I guess you're gonna be straight.
Yeah.
And then you're not.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, my dog's cooler than yours. My dog's tougher than yours. My dog chews on razor blades. Or he's dumber than yours. I'm gonna bank on the dumber part, not the smarter part or tougher part.
Somebody said about that. Yeah, Fayetteville. They said to drive careful because of the cops.
Yes. So we are getting close to Fayetteville, and we will be Fayetteville. We will be driving carefully towards this area because we don't want to get pulled over. I have yet to get pulled over on this trip, and I'm not trying to get pulled over on this trip. That is definitely not on my bucket list to get pulled over.
In half a mile, take exit 209B north for I-95 north toward US 95 north.
I-95 north. I-95 north is where we are going. So I got those Hubsons, the 501s at home. I have 2 of them at home that I definitely got to test. I got a Unique Breeze at home that I have to test. And is it this one?
Take exit 209B
yes,
north.
209B. We're getting off at 209. I got lots of stuff to test at home. I got lots of mods in my head, man. This trip has been great, but it is backset J Drone.
I-95 north for 248 miles.
248 miles. That's what I'm talking about. We are going to be on this road for 248 miles. I have enough gas in my tank to be on this road for that long, and I'm pretty stoked about that. I like being on a road for that amount of time. That gives the wife a chance to read comments, which we have limited comments on here. You don't gotta read comments. There are no comments in here. I hate this. I absolutely hate this. I'm getting onto an highway, and the person behind me was kind and allowed me to, but these tractor trailers showed no consideration
No, they're not
whatsoever.
all bad, but a lot of them, from what I've seen, have been very ignorant to other drivers.
Out east. Out west, they're really, really kind. Out east, these tractor trailers are they're less considerate than they are out west and in the Midwest. They seem to, I don't know if the courtesy just dwindles out east. Because again, I'm not knocking tractor trailer drivers by any means. I'm not knocking tractor trailer drivers by any means. My uncle has a CDL. My good friend Pablo Drone, he drives trucks.
Sometimes I get rid of these bags so he stays out of them because they're trash and I don't need him ripping everything out of the bags.
So I have friends that drive CDL, and I have friends who have driven CDL. Just put the bags back there.
No, there's no one back there because then when I put him back there, he's gonna be back there with the bags.
Well, he's not back there right now. But yeah, so I mean, out here, it's rough, man. I don't know if all courtesy flies out the window when you come to the East Coast, but out west and Midwest, people are super courteous. Even if a tractor trailer is pulled off on the shoulder, every car, every truck, every tractor trailer will get into the next lane over just to give them a little bit of room. That's courteous, man. And you don't see that a lot out this area. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the damn East Coast, go, where you're not thinking about other people, which I think is a little bit rude. We are on this road. We're going to be on this road for a good period of time. And I'm going, what?
Their water tower.
Yes, we got a water tower up.
I
don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this water tower. It's a very patriotic water tower. It is up ahead. You might be able to see it as we pass by it. It is painted red, white, and blue with stripes and stars on it. America, right? 1 mile. Let's see what right, I can see an emblem or something on it. I can see an emblem on it. Let's see. I don't see no nameage. That watch tower is up there, guys. I don't know if I can tilt this way. Let's see. You should be able to see it. Bam. Oh, you can definitely see that. Hopefully you're getting some stripes and stars on it on
yeah,
the feed here.
See the name on it. It's up there, Lumberton.
Lumberton. That's Lumberton's water tower. Lumberton has a very nice water tower, guys. We'll put that back over here. Or we'll put it on me for a second.
I enjoyed when you did that on Drone Day, seeing water towers.
Yeah, we had a contest on Drone Days, a water tower contest. I have a thing for water towers. I think they're pretty cool. Out west and down south, not so much where I live, but out west and down south, dude, every town had a water tower with their name on it. It was like their bread. It was like their bread. That don't make sense. It was like a staple. It's like a staple for each town to represent with a water tower and their name on it, so you can see from a good ways away, bam, water tower has a name written across it, and you know you can get to that town. You know what the town is. Even if there was no signs, the water tower was the sign. So I think that's pretty cool. There's probably some heritage behind that, and it's probably about down south where you have droughts and whatnot, that maybe that's an essential thing that you need to have, is a water tower in case you don't get no rain, or in case something dries up, that they actually need to rely on it, as opposed to at home where we have resting water towers that probably haven't been used in forever. Like at home, our water towers are ugly. We have some ugly water towers at home.
I wouldn't trust drinking water.
I think I only know of 2 in the general vicinity of like 50 to 100 miles at home that are actually painted up nice and actually look new, and you might be able to get some good water out of. The other ones, you probably got some stagnant water with all type of microscopic bacteria and rust and debris that would it might actually kill you if you drink out of the water. Although I'm sure there's a filtration system that when you draw out a water tower, kind of just like a water management system, that you're not getting all that yuck, that it's water that you can fix. It's fixable water, I guess you would say. Lodging exit 120, McDonald's next exit. We'll let you see what I'm seeing. Put that straight for you guys. Cruising on the road with J Drone and K Drone. Headed home.
Don't wanna go home.
I don't want to go home. That's what my wife said. Word for word.
Just like that.
Just like that. I don't want to go home. Obviously, she didn't say it like that because I'm sure you heard it. Historic downtown Lumberton. It's a historic town. Lumberton Red Springs. I wonder if the springs are actually red or if it's red rock that is showing through the water or if they actually have red water. We have red water where I'm from. It's like mine subsidence and mine leaching. And we ran across red water in a toxic town where there was chat piles everywhere.
I've never had a blooming onion.
My wife has never had a blooming onion.
You probably haven't.
I haven't had a blooming onion either. I don't think I would care to have a blooming onion. I don't quite like onions. Diced onions and scallions out of a garden I can deal with. But as far as a blooming onion, I don't quite like that stuff.
That is a bag that has cans in it. You don't want
Doggy's
those
just
cans.
eating garbage, man. It's a garbage
Like,
dog.
where's your toy?
Here, you can try to hype this feed up if you can copy the URL and drop it on the wall saying Jay's live. Just to get some more people in here. I love the chat. I love the return. It kind of gives the feed a little bit more than just me jabberjawing and me kind of sightseeing. It gives my brain a little bit more activity, something to think about, especially when people are going off the wall saying stuff. I mean, I'm sure I'll see something here in a minute that'll just be like, bam, definitely got to talk about it. But as of right, and there it is, Walmart. So what's huh? What? Huh?
Nothing.
You said something.
Yeah.
What about Walmart? What about it?
So,
You want to go to Walmart?
maybe.
Why?
Because
My wife wants to go to Walmart for some unknown reason. But anyway, Walmart in South Carolina, there was a Walmart. It was a green Walmart. Anybody ever see a green Walmart? All of them are blue. Every single Walmart that I've ever encountered driving on the road has been a blue Walmart. This one was green, and it was downtown. It was like a block off the strip, and it was basically for produce. It was basically for your shopping necessities if you were staying in that area, or was it just a grocery store? I don't know if anybody ever has seen one of those. Anybody seen one of those? Anybody see a green Walmart before? I was a little put back. And they had other stuff. They definitely had other stuff besides produce and whatnot, but they did not have any drones. I was looking forward to going live in a green Walmart to do a little drone hunt, but they didn't have any. So
get drinks and stuff.
you can get drinks and stuff at Walmart.
Well, not right now, but he's gonna need more puppy food too. He might be going until we get home.
Well, yeah, he'll be good till we get home as far as on that goes, but
No rush.
okay, no rush. We're gonna continue driving until I need to stop for gas, and then hopefully there's a Walmart or something that my wife would like to stop at, and then we will go into there and maybe she could shop for drinks while we do a drone hunt.
Like drive stuff.
Drive stuff?
Yeah, you go to Walmart for drive stuff.
Oh, you go to Walmart
And
for
my
drive
husband, like
stuff.
a snack for the road.
And a snack for the road. Snack. Did everybody see that? Did everybody see that video? I think it was a little girl. I think it was a little girl walking around with something in her hand, and it's a snack girl. She's just walking, snacks, snacks. Like, I think that was the only word that she knew how to say. And dude, it was funny. It was funny, man. My son and I, we constantly joke about it whenever we talk. And actually, no, I'm not getting over here. See, this is courtesy, right? All these tractor trailers pulled over. I'm in the next lane over. And why are they all pulled over there? Maybe a stopping station or a weighing station.
Yeah, weigh station.
Yep, there's a weigh station right there, and they need to get weighed. J-Drone doesn't need to get weighed. Search and seizure, too. You got cannabis in there? This is not legal in our state. You're carrying cocaine? No, you are done. So I bet one of those trucks is carrying a illicit substances. You know how that's how they transport it. They transport it from New Mexico up to New Jersey, New York in semi trucks. I guarantee it. I guarantee there is a lucrative underworld market that they are transporting illicit substances, and maybe that's why they have those checks so frequently. Because you can fill. Here, check it out. Nope, we don't. We have a pickup truck here. No, yeah, pickup truck. We have a semi truck here, dude. You can fill the back end of this truck with legitimate stuff. Legitimate, and bam, right in the front, you could put all types of stuff that you wanted to transport illegally, and might be able to get away with it. But I think with the way how hard they are on truck drivers, you might not be able to get away with it that easily. But what I'm saying is, it would be easily concealed, I guess you would say. And again, stuff, dude. A lot of your illicit substances are coming from down south, out of countries and whatnot, and I guarantee that's the way that it's being transported.
Yeah, a lot of road work when we get.
A lot of road work ahead.
Not like here, but like after, like probably around Maryland and stuff.
Around Maryland, we are to hit road work. We have a little green sign here that is telling us where we are. We are St. Paul's in Fayetteville. St. Paul's in Fayetteville. Those are the next two places coming up. Birdman wrote something. Hold on, Birdman.
Brother, I was here the whole time. Had to get my triple burn on 3 times in a row.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I appreciate you sticking with me, brother. And again, I know the cellular feed early on kind of killed people and kind of kept them from sticking around. And we're getting like 2 to 3 people in, and then they leave out. They're like, I don't want to see the road. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? But I think it wrote something else.
Loud, hovered in front of screen watching you, FPV.
Nice. Nice. Dude, that'd be a good shot. That'd be a good shot. I don't know if you can manage it. Or even do that. I don't know if you have DVR on your FPV goggles. If you have DVR on your FPV goggles and J-drones on your big screen, maybe take a screen capture through your FPV goggles and post that on Drone Days. Or if you can finagle, if you can work altitude with one, and if you have your pitching pretty well stabilized, your gyroscope, and get your cell phone and snap your drone in front of your TV with J-drone behind it, that'd be pretty cool. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool that people have the YouTube on their big screen, and because I've watched some of my videos on big screen, and it's night and day from a computer. What do you write?
I should have had the Maker Fires going.
Yeah, Maker Fires. I love Maker Fire goggles. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't use my Maker Fire goggles the entire trip. I've been rocking with the DR1 shells, the DR1 goggles that came with the DR1 drone with the cell phone in it, with the OTG connection to the receiver. And dude, I seem to get a lot better range. It doesn't make any sense because it's not diversity. I don't have 2 antennas off it. I just have 1 antenna off it. But I seem to get a lot better range off of that. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe that the antenna's up here on my face and whatnot, but I've also done it on a controller. I did a video on them. Bam, yes, they're a good set of goggles. They're a good set of cheap goggles that have a DVR on them, where you're not going to pay out the wazoo, and they work well. I've tried adding aftermarket antennas on them, and it didn't really work well. A patch antenna, a nice orbital antenna, and I actually got worse signals. So stock, they seem to be what you want to go with. In stock, you get a decent amount. And here, check it out. Guy on the side of the road, courteous thing to do, move over. Move over, guys. Move over into the next lane. And I got a guy that just wants to go faster than when I'm going, and I moved over to be courteous. And the passing lane is the left lane. So get it together, brother. Get it together, brother.
He said just don't fly fast. Them laggy, even when not recording, outside cruising around their camp.
Don't fly fast when you're recording.
You didn't say when you're recording. Or yeah.
What?
No, just don't fly fast wearing them. Laggy even when not recording. Outside cruising around their camp.
Really? You think so? Like,
J-Drone tried to reiterate that to suit him.
No, I didn't. But I don't know. I like the Maker Fires. I don't know that they're extremely laggy. I think I've
Maybe for different people.
I think I've done some. I mean, not super fast. I haven't gone super fast, but I've done some FPV flying with them where I was really buzzing around, and I didn't really crash into much of anything. I think Birdman wrote something again.
I tried whooping around with them, crashed all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've whooped around even the DIY drone when I was first learning how to fly FPV after I did it inside. And yeah, no, I was definitely using them inside. That's what I learned how to fly on. And I was zipping through small gaps and whatnot. I did gaps in the ballrooms, and I was cutting through all types of small spaces. So I don't know, maybe you have an antenna loose or something, or I don't know.
But when I wore my normal ones and recorded with Maker Fires, that's the ticket for me.
Okay, so you're saying the Maker Fires is good, and you're getting lag off the OTG. Maybe that's what you're saying. If that's the case, I don't know. I don't know that I've done some extreme whooping with the OTG. What I've been using the OTG for is exploring. Like with the bugs, I don't know if you can see the bugs back there. Doing long range exploring, that's what I've been using for. Kind of cruise flying, kind of like you said. If that's what you were getting at, Birdman, that's definitely what I've been using them for. Whoop flying, I think I will stick to the Maker Fire goggles if I'm cutting in tight gaps and whatnot, trying to hit some gaps without crashing. The Maker Fire is definitely good for that. Early on, what was I using? Early on, what I was using was the MJX hollow shell that the screen would fit behind. I was using that as my learning device, and I actually had the Ghoul RC 5.8 receiver on the controller that has DVR on to record, and that's how I was able to share some of the stuff, because the MJX ones don't have a DVR on it. And that's actually how I learned how to fly. It was super cheap setup, man. And I even transitioned outside, and once I got a hang of it, it's like, all right, it's time to get some FPV goggles, some real ones. And that's how I transitioned from there. We're on I-95 North. Birdman, do you know where I-95 North is? Is your house on I-95 North? Is it just off of I-95 North? If that is the case, then I think we can do a side trip. If it's too far off of I-95 North, I don't think we're going to be able to do a side trip.
Burlington, I haven't seen a sign.
Yeah, I haven't seen a sign for Burlington yet. I don't know how long. Well, how'd you do it last time with
I had to close everything out.
Jersey? But it showed a detour.
Just give me a second. I'm reading something.
My wife's reading something. I'm not positive, bro. Alright, well, eventually.
Alright, what am I doing?
Alright, figure like you did with Jersey. I think you kept
I closed out our route. Oh, I put it in the side route.
Yeah, put in a side route, see how long of a detour. My wife's going to see how long of a detour, brother. If it's like 10-15 minutes, I'm good, because then I'm going to spend like 10-15 minutes with you, and that's going to delay me like a half an hour, 15 minutes too. It's actually going to delay me 45 minutes. But I should still be about that point where sunset and whatnot, and I'll be good with that. I can definitely deal with that. If it's anything larger than that, I will have to apologize to you. I don't want to detour too far, because again, the detour out, chill time, and detour back, that's a lot of time chunkage. But again, you said you might be coming up to Centralia, so we might meet up there, because Centralia is not far from me at all. It's like a half an hour tops, maybe like 20 minutes. We're yawning. Got farm over.
2 hours, 3 minute, 1 hour, 11 minute detour.
All right, Birdman, we are not coming to you. You are a 2 hour to almost 3 hour detour, brother. I do apologize.
Detour is 2 to 3 hours away.
You're two. Okay, it's a 1 hour detour.
1 hour, 22 minutes.
1 hour and 22 minutes. So we will not be stopping. I do apologize. But that just shows you that I did look into it for you. I did look into it because I was definitely willing to meet another YouTuber, another friend on YouTube, if you were in my path. Beautiful wigs, expertly styled. That's a neat That's a neat little billboard there. Never seen a billboard advertising for wigs. That looked like a really old billboard. And I'm gonna have my wife look up another detour, a rest stop, because monster has ran through me. I got a monster rage to take a little tinkle, and it is not socially acceptable anymore to pull off on the side of the road and let the lizard out. Back in the day, dude, I know traveling back in the day with family and whatnot, if you had to go, you just pulled over
Why
and
are
you
they
went.
all plus so many minutes? Like there isn't one just like right there.
Well, it shouldn't be plus that many minutes. Let's
12
see.
minutes, 15 minutes, 7 minutes.
Change motel. Plus
9 minutes.
9 minutes, 9 minutes away. Let's do 9 minutes away.
There's a 7 minutes.
Let's do 7 minutes.
Plus 7 minutes.
Plus 7 minutes.
And stop.
Wigs, here's the wig sign. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's the wig sign. If you could jump back to Birdman, he said a couple things. He said a couple things that I would like you to read. That way I can interact.
Wow, it's off 85 40. I'm not pausing, bro. It's off 85 days. I'm definitely coming to Centralia while I fill out. I want to possibly line up a cheaper motel in Ashland or somewhere close to Centralia at the time of my trip.
You see all those wig signs, dude? Look, hey, dude, he has wig signs going all down the line. That's why I switched it over there. But yeah, I would assume in Ashland, Ashland's a very depleted town. I would assume in Ashland, if there is a hotel, it's going to be dirt cheap. It's going to probably be under $50. And I mean, once we stop, once I get home, I can do that research for you. If you don't want to do the research and kind of get you a best priced hotel around the area, because we're good at that. We only stayed in, I'm going to say we stayed in 2 higher class hotels, and it wasn't that they were extremely higher class like a Sheraton or a really gaudy Hilton or something. They were just Route 66 hotels, where it was kind of a basic hotel, but it was done over really nice for the era, and it was nice to stay in those. We got a Greyhound train station. I never heard of a Greyhound train station. Anybody ever been on a Greyhound train? I haven't. Birdman said, son, uno momento, por favor, mi amigo.
A friend is possibly joining me, but I'm banking on him to back out. He's a big chicken.
Banking on him back out. I don't like that. So I do have plans when I get home. I have plans when I get home. Obviously, I have to situate my house for a small puppy dog. That way he's not eating lipo batteries and SD cards. Because my dog's good at home. He knows better. Well, he kind of knows better. Occasionally he'll get something he's not supposed to. But Eric, I don't know. You know, well, I know you know Eric, but Eric that we met down in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
He's in Wilkes-Barre. I don't know if he's living there. But I got a friend from school that is going to be in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, that wants to meet up with me. And I have a friend outside of private school, which is my best friend outside of private school, that I'm still good friends with. We don't hang out that often. Who's moving down to Florida, who wants to link up with Jay Drone before he heads out. So I got 2 friends to meet at home. I've been meeting friends along the road, and I actually have 2 to meet at home, which is pretty cool. Because again, I really don't hang out with nobody. It's me and my wife, and that's generally just about it. We hang out all the time, but we get along really well. Occasionally she likes to yell at me. And,
occasionally likes to annoy me and leave his drones lay all over the place.
Yeah, so that's the extent
But
of that.
I'm good about it.
Yeah, my wife's really good about it. No, any other wife would probably burn the drones. And then I'd be sitting in a corner crying and rocking back and forth and whatnot. But yeah, guys. So I've met. I like meeting people from YouTube, but real world, I grew up with people that I often don't see, man. And it's gonna be cool within the next week or so to see one person. Dude, I grew up with him. I think I've known him since like 4th or 5th grade. 4th or 5th grade in private school, and then my other friend I've known since about 10th grade, and he's been probably one of my best friends out of private school for a long period of time, and he's moving down to Florida, so it'd be nice to link up with him before he goes down there, and bam, I might have a
How do you breathe?
My wife's like, wow, how do you breathe? I do. I'm a good breather.
You
I
are.
breathe
Well, I
well.
saw you in the pool.
Yeah, and I could hold my breath for long periods of time. I was swimming the whole length of the pool underwater. Yeah, so, and I'm going to have a connection down in Florida. I have multiple connections down in Florida, but a really personal connection I'm going to have in Florida when he moves down there. So that might be a go-ahead for some intel down there. I know Roadkill, he's from down there. I know a couple other people on Drone Days are from down there, down in the Florida area. So we're gonna have some connections down in Florida. And Birdman, you said you're from Florida, so you can offer a little bit of intel around that area. Fayette Regional Airport, Claude Road. That is what we are passing right now, and we have trees all around us. It's very treeful. It's very treeful, and people like to move. It's not really highly congested, but where are you going? Here, I'll show you. I'll get behind these people and show you that we're really not going anywhere.
There's people pretending.
Right. These people are rushing to get nowhere because there's tractor trailers everywhere. We're not getting anywhere fast. We're getting nowhere fast. That makes sense. And try to wrap that around. Getting nowhere fast. Huh?
Rushing to go nowhere.
Rushing to go nowhere. Hurrying to do nothing. Those are all kind of along the lines of sayings. And myself, I'm big on sayings. I love that. Go ahead and Google why calling the kettle black. Behind a lot of your typical sayings, there's generally a historical meaning on why they came to be. Like screwing the pooch. I don't care, dude. I don't care. Anybody who says screw the pooch, I should just backhand. Like, who screwed the pooch and thought that was acceptable, that it was just a mistake? Because that's what screwing the pooch means. Oh, I made an oopsie. But screwing the pooch, come on now. That's not a mistake. You didn't accidentally screw a pooch. And I'm sorry, I like to keep this family friendly. I'm not using vulgarities. If any children are watching, I do apologize for that. But I have to. We're talking about lingo. We're talking about sayings. The term screwing the pooch, like here. Okay, so you're proofreading something. You're proofreading something. You're right. You're proofreading something for a journalist column because you work for a journalist column. You are the proofreader. You are to make sure that the journalist who wrote something did not screw up on spelling like J. Drone would, because I can't spell, and it gets published. It gets published, and you missed 2 words. You missed one word that was spelled incorrectly, and you missed another word that actually it means completely different because it was just botched. And it got published. Millions of people saw this, and your response to your boss is, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for screwing the pooch." No! Nobody better be screwing no pooches. That is not acceptable, and it's not acceptable as a term for me, because that is more of a mistake. That is, I don't know. Birdman wrote something. If you want to go ahead and read that, that's just my little thoughts on that saying.
Bring the puppy along to Centralia, if you will. Still want to meet him.
I don't know.
If I come along, we bring the puppy.
Okay, if my wife comes along, we could bring the puppy. As far as J. Drone goes, I'm not bringing a puppy. But if my wife comes along, she could bring the puppy and kind of watch the puppy. That way, if we decide to do any type of flying, I don't have to be in the air, on the ground, in the air, on the ground, looking at the puppy, looking at the drone, and then eventually crashing. Because that's how that would be. And that would also negate that I would not be able to do any type of FPV flying because I'd be watching the puppy and I couldn't have specs on. But yeah, if the wife's gonna come along for the meet, we can definitely bring the puppy that you can see him. I have 2 puppies, and I don't know how we're gonna juggle that, man. My wife's probably thinking, just leave him home. He's
Not to say much.
The other puppy has been a really good dog. The other puppy is so well trained to, because we got the other puppy when we were working crazy hours, so it was trained to be in the house for long periods of time by itself and not go to the bathroom and not poop or whatnot in the house and not tear stuff up in the house. The other dog's really well trained not to be on the road. This dog is being trained to be on the road and being attached to our hips, so I don't know that it's going to be able to be left at home much, and I think fair is fair that the other dog might have to start to get out a little bit more.
Well, how am I going to watch both of them? Because you're not watching them.
I don't know. I don't know.
Work, and the other dog can't come in the key.
It can crate it.
Yeah.
I mean, with the other dog, the other dog,
Because he's super hyper.
the other dog's super hyper. The other dog has been accustomed to being transported in a crate. Not to be mean,
He's like you.
the crate's very large, and yes, the other dog is very much like me, where it's like follow the bouncy ball. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Follow the bouncy ball, and then bam, 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 bam. That's the bouncy ball effect, and that's my brain, and that's kind of like my other dog is, man. He is all over the place because, again, he kind of takes after me, and that's kind of how I am. When I'm at home, I'm doing 101 different things. I'm charging LiPo batteries, I'm going out to fly, I'm editing, I'm also talking to my wife, I'm also trying to manage the dog, I'm also trying to do stuff with my Cadillacs, and it's just never ending until it's time to go to sleep. And even then, when it's time to go to sleep, I'm generally doing stuff before I go to sleep, so it's a constant go, a constant grind, man. And that's kind of how my other dog is. And so that's we're gonna have two different types of dogs. We're gonna have, I think, a fairly aggressive, laid back dog, which is what we have here, to a very loving, playful, hyperactive dog. And a very mellow cat. Dude, my cat is so mellow. It's beyond. My cat is so mellow and very affectionate, but she don't take no crap. She don't take no stuff from my hyper dog, who is considerably larger than her, even though it's a smaller dog. She doesn't take it, man. She'll hold her own. And this dog here is considerably smaller than the dog that we have at home. So I don't know. My cat might try to lay down the law. And again, she's super mellow. But dude, she's owned the house for 2.5 weeks. Has been all hers. It has been all hers. I've been watching her on my security cameras, and she's not doing much different. She's not doing much different than she would when I'm at home and when my wife's at home, besides the fact being affectionate and sitting on my lap and whatnot when I'm watching TV. But she's been in the window absorbing sun rays. She's been on my recliner, sitting up above my head. Hypothetically, if I was sitting in it, she likes to perch up there, and I have a security camera kind of facing the window that she generally sits in to get sun, facing that recliner, and her life hasn't changed much. She's very well
I'll be crying a lot.
Yeah, she'll be crying when we get home. She'll be crying when we get home, like, dude, where have you been? Like, WTF, hey buddy, I thought we were cool and you just left me here. Myself, I can't see taking a cat on the road.
Yeah, but you felt so sad because you were missing.
I did. I was sad multiple times.
She's your KJ.
I was sad multiple times because I'm very attached to the cat. I had a cat maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago maybe going on, that I was very attached to, that we had prior to this cat. And I don't know if I'm a cat dude. I don't know if cats just in Florida. Growing up, he had cats. And there was only one cat, and I can't remember the name of the cat, that would actually come around. It was an orange cat, and you could actually pet, and it was friendly. And then he had another cat that I kind of named our cat after, Peaches, that looked like our cat, where it was that tortoiseshell type cat. It would only come around rarely, and they had other cats that just did not want to bother with people. And I've encountered a lot of people's houses where cats, they have cats, but they're non-existent. They're not friendly. They're not, they're just not people. They're not people cats. And any cat that I've ever raised has always been super affectionate, has always kind of followed me around like a puppy dog. And I don't know if that's vibes I'm giving off, positive vibes that they attach themselves to. Yes, and she does the same stuff with my wife. It's not, we mold good cats, I guess you would say. We're not cat hoarders. The most cats we've ever had at a juncture was 2. And again, touching back on the cat that I had that passed, he was the same way, man. He was more affectionate, but he was a little bit crazy. You would be patting him, and then he would bite you. I don't know why, man. I don't know why he would bite. If my wife and I got into a heated argument, she would raise her voice, he would go over and bite her. He would tone that down real quick. I don't know if he had a lot of wild in him, or at one point, I don't know.
He must have been sick though too, because he passed.
Right, he could have been sick. He could have been sick, and maybe wasn't all there mentally, because he did. He just passed abruptly one day. One day he passed abruptly, and wasn't foaming at the mouth, with no broken bones, no bite marks, no nothing. He just that's the end. And I was devastated.
He wasn't old.
He wasn't old either. I was devastated over that. I have a little memorial in my backyard because I did bury him in my backyard. And it was weird. It was weird. But that's what they say about cats. There's a lot of illnesses that cats can have. And how's that bathroom coming?
My map's all completely closed out, and I didn't even know because I was too busy watching YouTube.
That dumb map. Map closed out. J-Drone's holding his monster passage.
Should have said something earlier, buddy.
Yeah, I was too busy.
I guess we passed the rest stop.
I figured we passed it. It's been well past 7
But why
miles.
didn't my phone tell me that? Did she tell us?
No, she didn't tell us nothing. GPS, darn GPS. So how about GPS? We were on a road called Bloody 66, and it was named Bloody 66 for a good reason. There was cars scattered all over this mountainside that we were going up because obviously it's claimed lives of many people, and that's why they call it Bloody 66. We have GPS on directing us up Bloody 66. She says, turn right onto Pipeline Road, okay? We're on Bloody 66. The road consists of no guardrails, winding up a mountain where if you go off, no shoulders or nothing, if you go off of the mountain road, you're done. You're done. It'd be a miracle if you stayed alive falling off this mountain. Your car is definitely done. Your car is definitely totaled. And you're probably totaled too. Your life expectancy is probably done if you fall off this. But anyway, we're halfway up this treacherous mountain where I have high anxiety, and I never have high anxiety. I had high anxiety off of this mountain. We're halfway up it, and GPS says, take a right onto Pipeline Road. Dude, take a right onto Pipeline Road. Had I decided to blindly take a right onto Pipeline Road, we would not be having this conversation. We would not be having this feed. My car would be done. The possibility of me being alive would be slim to none. There was no right turn. There was no Pipeline Road. It was take a right and you go die. That's exactly what it was, and I promise you that. I'm not over exaggerating it. There was no road. So I will forewarning, if anybody's going on Route 66, if anybody's traveling Oatman Highway, if anybody's going that's the actual name of the road, Oatman Highway. If anybody's traveling Oatman Highway to go to Oatman, where the donkeys are, or going on Bloody 66, and you hear take a right onto Pipeline Road, don't do it. Don't do it. We got a gas exit 58. Shells or
Also got exit 61 to a truck stop.
all right, we're gonna go to a truck stop and not bank on the Shell station having a bad.
She wasn't talking because I have the sound turned all the way down, so your video is not accurate.
We're not getting feed. We are not getting feed from our GPS. Our GPS has gone silent.
I have the sound down.
Oh, my wife had the.
Because
my wife's
you
muted.
are live.
I get it. My wife was watching YouTube, which that's what you guys are watching. You guys are watching me on YouTube, and she reads the comments. So the GPS wasn't working properly because she had the sound turned down. That we weren't getting a double echo off of the feed on here. So GPS wasn't telling us nothing. So right now she's watching the maps. That way we can stop at a truck stop and go to the restroom. And we have a Chevy Silverado in front of us. We'll give you a little look here. Chevy Silverado. Guys, if you just joined in, I see a couple people filtered in. We've been traveling Route 66 for almost 2 weeks now. We were in South Carolina, SoCare, and we are heading up to North Carolina, NorCare, and then we will continue on our way home. Right now, we are heading towards a truck stop that I can urinate, because I definitely need to get rid of some monster. There's a monster in their lunch break coming up, right? Nope, no lunch break, brother. We are pretty resilient people. We generally drive until our stomach hurts, and then we will stop for some lunch/dinner and whatnot. And then when we get to the final destination, we'll actually eat a meal. Generally, it's just monster fueling. Maybe get a little snack for on the way. A little snack. Again, if you haven't seen that video, you guys need to go see it. Type in on YouTube, kid saying snack. Funny kid saying snack. You have to check the video out. I'm going to turn you on to something that might be able to turn you into tears. Let's see. Final destination sounds eerie, LOL. Final destination. Yes, it does sound eerie. It sounds like a movie where you would be driving along, and driving to grandma's house, but you've hit your final destination. No cellular service. Your phone will not work, and there are no gas stations. You have reached your final destination. Is there a serial killer on the loose? Is there a rampant vengeance bear that wants vengeance on everybody coming in because the hunters have depleted the... I don't even know. I tried to go for it. I see it. We got a caution mower.
Take exit 61 toward Wade.
That's weird. They got the grass on the side of the road that says caution mower. Yeah, I would assume that's what he's doing. He's mowing. He's mowing the side of the road. Somebody said something. What's the road trip for, bro? You've missed out, man. You've missed out. The road trip is to head back home, but the original road trip was for Route 66. We started in Illinois, and we ended up from Illinois down to New Mexico into California, and then traveled across the United States east to SoCal, South Carolina, and
turn left onto Wade Stegman Road.
And you're probably gonna have to take the phone.
Turn left on Wade Stegman Road. Turn left onto Wade Stegman Road. That is a horrible gas station right there. That gas station is no longer open. Look at that one. That is an abandoned gas station right there. Truck stop right there, abandoned. We're turning around here, but yeah, so it's for Route 66, and I got lots of video on it, man. I got lots of live feeds. I got abandoned stuff. I got urbex stuff.
Your destination will be on the right.
I have Route 66 stuff, obviously. So if you want to check that out, if you're new to the channel, you can definitely check that out. And we're coming up on this gas station here, Sally Sheriff.
Destination is on the right.
Wow, they got lots blocked off. I wonder why. Maybe they're repaving. It looks like they're repaving. So we are pulling in here. We are docking, guys. We are docking. And I'm just gonna dock at a gas station. My wife doesn't like at a gas pump. My wife does not like when I do that, but
that is rather rude.
She says it's rather rude. Dude, there's plenty of pumps. There's nobody at the pumps. I'm not getting gas, but it's a good spot. Cool. I'll check out your footage. Drive safe. Will T, thank you, brother. And T, I don't recognize your name, so if you're new to the J Drone Show, I do appreciate you checking in. I do a lot with drones, hence the J Drone name. But since I've been traveling, I've been kind of doing the urbex thing, and I've been kind of showing you my travels along the line. So I am going to take you in here with me. I'm going to put my window down. I'm going to leave my keys in here. Hopefully nobody jacks my stuff. We're going to take this off the charger here. And let's see here. Just checking my battery. I got full battery. We'll be good till we get back to the car. So we are going in here, and I don't know where I am as far as how this is going to be perceived as me going live in here. But I'm going to do it anyway, because that's what I do. They're going to be like, you can't record me. It's like, I'm not recording you. I'm recording me. So we're going in here. I need to find a restroom. Let's see. A big Coca-Cola sign. Let's see. Y'all got a restroom? Thank you, sir. There's, bam, restroom sign. So we are going over here, and don't worry. Let's see. Yes, you can. Bam's a restroom. Bam, restroom that way. Women. Bam, women. Men. And there's somebody in the restroom here. So we're just going to set you guys right there. Don't worry. Won't be able to see none. But yeah, so after here, we are going to get back on the highway, guys, and continue on. I believe we should be close to North Carolina, and then after North Carolina, we're probably going to head through like Virginia or Delaware, and bam's open. So that was probably a little bit weird for you guys. I'm like a racehorse, in and out, dude, in and out, monster out of the system. Then we will find a wife here. Finding the wife. We got the wife. Bam. So there's the wife. Right there. Bam. This is a nice gas station. Really nice gas station. Here, check it out. J Drone's on double vision. J Drone is on double vision. Check it out. Check it out. Bam. Up there. It's that green shirt up there. That's J Drone, guys. Here, we'll turn around like this. The face. You can probably see my face. Really nice gas station. Super nice gas station. I don't know where my wife went. I don't know. Oh, there she's paying for goods. Paying for goods. Yeah, I don't know. We've been in a lot of gas stations, and it's pretty clean, well put together, organized gas station. Like really nice, and I don't think we're in a tourist area, so that's nice to see, man. And again, I'm not really sure where I am because we kind of just got off and decided to stop here. Very organized, though, extremely organized. Lots of hot food. But all right, we're heading back out, guys. That was a successful pee stream. You probably didn't even hear nothing because I was talking the entire time. That's J Drone's first pee stream. Got you, Paul Barger. Everybody go let Paul Barger know J Drone did a pee stream. And that's definitely going to have to adjust to the light here. And yeah, we are definitely not in a tourist zone. Here, check it out. We're in Wade. That says, welcome to Wade. And there looks like a little station over there and truck stop, and that's a little look at what we had going on. We're gonna get back in the car and we're gonna throw some trash away. Maybe we'll take the puppy out too. I'll just take the puppy out, give you some more pee streaming. Come on, puppy, down. Let's go. Puppy dog. We're going to, yeah, it said adjust your orientation. We're gonna go over here and let the puppy take a little walk-a-rooski. That way, if his bladder's full too, he can empty his bladder. He didn't have any monsters, so he shouldn't have to worry about that. And check it out, no leash. This dog's good. He ain't gonna run, he ain't gonna take off or anything. All right, go ahead. Puppy dog, welcome to the puppy dog show. Go ahead. Light clean would matter. You just put your phone on the urinal. Make sure to hold on, buddy. Make sure to lick. Then you didn't bother to even wash your hands after using the public rooms. You should lick your fingers live. Okay, I see where you're going with that. I absolutely see where you're going with that. But there's two type of peers. There's people that pee on their hands, and then there's people that don't pee on their hands. Myself, I can put, like, I have basketball shorts on. Check it out. I have basketball shorts on. And I don't need to touch my junk. I don't need to touch it. And we really don't need to reiterate too far on this because, again, I try to keep this family friendly, and that's why nothing was shown in the bathroom and whatnot. But I don't have nothing on my hands, bro. I understand, yes, bathrooms are chocked full of bacteria and whatnot. And yes, I did just put it on the top of the urinal, and I have a case around this. And sure, there's probably bacteria on this, but I'm not a germaphobe. I'm far from a germaphobe. I'll eat food off the ground. Hey, don't eat that. Go to the bathroom. I'll eat food from off the ground. Hello. You can. Just give him 2 seconds. Go ahead.
Oh my god. What's his name?
His name's Zuni.
Zuni?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's go, puppy.
Bye, thank you so much.
Yep, you're welcome. Let's see. What is Doggy's name, bro? Doggy's name is Zuni. Z-U-N-I, I believe so. All right, we are heading back to the car here. Not Zoomy, with an N, like night, the night sky. Yes, there you go. That lady wanted to pet the doggy.
Head east on Wade, Stedman Road, toward 1814.
Yeah, I read it. About the bathroom? Yeah, I read it. I'm definitely not a germaphobe, man. Now, if there was a puddle of pee on top of that urinal, we definitely would not have set that there, and I would have held it in my hand because, again, I don't require my hands to go to the bathroom. I don't know if there's certain people that they do require their hands to go to the bathroom when they're taking a leak, but I'm not that dude. And here, we got a joke. If anybody is in the military and you, like, whatever military branch you're in, and you know somebody in a vice versa military branch, let's see, where's this You can you can do a bathroom joke. You can do a bathroom joke. Somebody in the military that, you know, say you're in the Army and you have a friend that's in the Navy, and somebody pops off a comment kind of just like they did here. Dang, bro, didn't the Army teach you how to wash your hands after you go to the bathroom? Then you could say no. In the Navy, they teach us not to piss on our hands. I don't know if you guys heard that because the dogs jabbed you on. Be quiet and stay back. So the person says, didn't they teach you how to wash your hands in the Army? And then you could say, or in the Navy, like, no, they taught us not to pee on our hands. That's what I was getting at. Dude, I know how not to pee on my hands. Get back. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Get back. Go lay down. You just went out. Bam, so see you later, puppy. Stay back. Stay back. We're gonna get back. No, stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Get back. Enough. Enough. Sorry, guys. Trying to control the dog before I get on the highway here. And geez Louise. Okay, this tractor trailer. What are you doing, dude? About ready to take me out. About ready to take me out.
He didn't have no playtime.
Go lay down. Okay, all right, we are back. We are back, and we're gonna get back on the highway that we were on. I think it's go this way. Should we go this way? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Get out of here. See this dog? Vlog bomber. Vlog bomber.
In 800 feet, turn left onto 1814.
800 feet, we're turning left on 1814. Turning left the road, somebody said something. Give us a second. Give us a second on comments, guys. And again, this right here, this gas station is abandoned right there. It would be a nice abandoned exploration if I wasn't driving home.
To I-95 North, then merge onto I-95 North.
Alright, so you can probably check those comments because I think we're on this road for 100 some odd miles.
Doggy dog wanted a camera shot, man.
Yeah, dog got on the camera. Dog got to meet somebody. They wanted to pet him, and he was happy to pet him. But as you saw, he ran right back over to me. So that's a good dog right there. Not too overly friendly, but not mean or anything. Although I'd like a mean dog. I'd like him to toughen up where anybody walk by and just stand his ground like, that's not a good dog to have. Maybe that is a good dog to have. That's kind of like a guard dog. But I just want to touch on it again because I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. If you're a germaphobe, I understand completely.
You had your phone sitting on a urinal.
I did, and that's kind of what they said. But it was
that's kind of gross.
But it was on the top of the urinal that was chest level. Okay. The top of the urinal was chest level. If anybody has that big of a snake that it's just whipping around in there as you are urinating, and you are urinating chest level, which chest level for me is probably about 4 foot. About 4 foot, maybe a little less than 4 foot or a little more than 4 foot, then you are a blessed person, and I got urine on my phone. But I'm banking that nobody has a anaconda that's just all in the bathroom, that I have much to worry about there. So that's where I stand on that. And again, it comes down to the joke that I just referred to. 2 military men are in the bathroom, one from the Army, one from the Navy. The guy from the Army says, don't they teach you how to wash your hands in the Navy? And the guy from the Navy says, no, they teach us not to piss on our hands.
Did he go to the bathroom?
Yes, he did go to the bathroom. He went poo and pee. So the puppy dog is crying because maybe he wanted to be out there and just run and run and run. Okay, that's because what the puppy dog does. He's a running dog. Likes to run, but he'll settle down in the bathroom here. And again, the joke can go anyway. It can be Army, it could be Navy, it could be Marines. You use that joke as it fits you if you were in the military. Somebody in the military told me that a long time ago, and I found it to be funny because I can relate to that. I'm not an over-excessive hand washer. I know over-excessive hand washers, and if you are an over-excessive hand washer, I'm not knocking you by any means, but I don't get sick. Dude, I think I've been sick maybe once in 2 years. Like actual sick. I've been sick once in 2 years, dude. One time in 2 years. That'll tell you something. And I'm going to touch on that. We can touch on bacteria. I'm going to touch on that. If you sanitized your house, like completely sanitized, Lysol wiped everything, you got your house down to like 99% no bacteria, because that's what you're doing. You're disinfecting your house. You're making sure there's no bacteria around. You probably don't have pets then, because pets have bacteria, but you got your house down to 99% bacteria free. What do you think's gonna happen when you walk out of your house? What do you think's gonna happen when you go into a bank? Just say a bank, dude. You're gonna encounter a lot of bacteria that your body might not have an immunity to, because you've kept yourself in that bubble. I don't keep myself in that bubble. Anybody who knows me knows I don't keep myself in that bubble. Dude, I climb on things that I probably should not climb on, where there's probably bird poop. There's probably bird poop on high things that I climb on, but that's a rush that I get. I don't get a rush off of bird poop, don't get it twisted. I get a rush on climbing things high. I get a rush on climbing things to access different point of views that most people cannot see.
No, relax.
Because that's something I enjoy to do. I definitely am not a germaphobe. Yes, probably should have. So next stop, we are going to have to water and feed the dog. Although the dog's been pretty well fed. He should be good on water too. But he's getting crazy. He is getting crazy.
You didn't run with him.
Or it's because I didn't run with him. I think it's that I didn't run with him. He didn't get his heart pounding. He didn't get his exercise. Because again, on the beach, dude, I was running with him. I was backpedaling. I was running. I was making sure that. Let's see. We'll turn the air on to him. We'll go to mode. We'll put it on the feet, and we will crank that air up. Have some air, little buddy. He is. Yeah, he's loving that air. He turned his tune real quick. Maybe it was a little bit hot. Or he wants more food, but we don't want a fat puppy dog. We want a strong dog with a nice form. So the dog's not getting no more food. He's been well fed. We got the air cranked on him. That way he should chill out. And we can turn the air down a little bit to kind of frost him out.
No. Lay down, puppy.
We are driving, guys. We are driving. If you guys just checked in, this is the J Drone Show, the show that is going to last forever as long as my cellular signal does. So if you want to go catch a snack, you want to go not P-Stream, you want to go not P-Stream, you can definitely do that and check it out. Definitely check it out because we're going to be here a while. We're going to be here. We're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We are going to jabberjaw on just basic stuff that I see and just continue on down the road. We're heading north. We're heading north from South Carolina. We should be in North Carolina at some point here, and now we are just going to keep heading north and north.
I'm pretty sure I heard her say welcome to North Carolina a while.
We might be in North Carolina. I'm unsure about that. We might be in North Carolina, so we are moving along here, guys. Moving along quite nicely too. This is a nice day. It's a nice day to travel.
Yeah, because
we will be in.
Come on, scroll out.
We will be in. Come on, scroll.
At some point.
We'll be in Maryland shortly, so we're moving along pretty fast here.
Shortly, I said at some point.
Shortly, at some point, we will be in Maryland. And we'll go ahead and give you a look at the land of the lay here. Again, you got road, and then you have trees. No pine trees, or some tall pine trees, tall, skinny, pathetic-looking pine trees out here, as opposed to where I'm from, where we have pretty stout, big pine trees that if they fell, they would probably damage stuff pretty hardcore. But yeah, guys, so we're just cruising here, pulling a page out of Paul Barger's video feed. And again, if you don't know Paul Barger, it is one of my good friends from Drone Days. He is also traveling the United States. He is the bread trucker. Paul Barger is the bread trucker, and he travels around in a bread truck. That's just what he does. And he goes live for hours on end, and I like it. I like it. And one of the reasons that I like it is when I get to converse with you guys. Birdman, I will have the wife look at that feed and look at your comment in a minute. She's doing something. And it also allows for mind consumption. It allows my mind not to wander too much and not to get too bored on the road because I'm constantly conversing with you guys and it keeps me alert.
Late October for the Centralia trip. Good time to catch the leech change.
Yes, that is a very good time to catch the leaves changing. I would shoot for beginning of October if you can. Beginning of October to just after that, because the end of October generally gets pretty cold. That's when trick-or-treating is, and I can remember 90% of trick-or-treating being pretty darn cold. I think I only ever remember one trick-or-treating in Pennsylvania not being so cold, so we dip pretty heavy the end of October as far as temperatures go. We are on I-95 North, guys. Anybody on I-95 North want to pull up to J-Drone with poster board rock? I love J-Drone. J-Drone rocks. That'd be cool. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but I'm sure there's going to be an overambitious person sitting in their house watching J-Drone at some point or another, with me showing you where I am, jump in their Corvette or Mustang and decide to fly out and try to catch J-Drone on a road. That would be pretty epic. It really would. So we're going to go ahead and flip this around on you guys. I can show you what's coming up. What is coming up? We have Dunclinton Newton Grove coming up. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Dunclinton Newton Grove, but that is where we are passing right now. And here we got a knot camper. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to show you a knot camper, N-O-T camper. A couple people wrote something. Knot camper right here. This is a knot camper. This is a hotel on wheels.
LMAO, yes, epic indeed. Birdman, so early mid is better.
Yes, yes, early to mid is better. Early to mid is definitely better. And that was a knot camper that I just showed you guys. Those things are campers. They are not campers. You're not camper. You're not roughing it. You are traveling in a hotel. That is a hotel. That's a not camper. That is a hotel on wheels. You have all your amenities a hotel would, and some even more so. You might have more amenities than a cheap hotel would. That should be yours. Yep. My wife's plugging in. She needs battery power. But yeah, so yeah, Birdman in Pennsylvania, I'm going to say early to mid would probably be your safe bet. Leaves must change a bit early too. Yes, October. I think in October we usually have full range spectrum of color on leafage as far as changing. October is definitely our fall season. I think what do we consider fall? A little bit before October.
I don't know, maybe the end of September.
The end of September, early October, November we're in full swing of it. Late November here, right? Late November. Late November
here is December.
Yeah, late November here. We're already into December weather. We're already into cold, man. And if you're gonna bring drones out, you're not gonna want your hands all frostbitten and whatnot. So I would say early October might be safe. Again, you have direct contact with me. We can converse back and forth as far as how the weather is gonna be and how the weather actually is versus what the Weather Channel tells you. And again, guys, we have some tractor trailers that we are coming up on. Bam, some tractor trailers. And directly in front of us, we have another not camper. That's what they're called. They're called not campers. They're not called RVs, although recreational vehicle. I think we could be okay and say it's an RV. It's a recreational vehicle, but don't call them campers. If anybody shows up at my house, if anybody shows up along the ways to meet J-Drone and say, I'm in a camper, I'm going to correct you. What is in front of us is a not camper. N-O-T-C-A-M-P-E-R, not camper. For the simple fact of the point that you're not camping in that. You are chilling in luxury. You definitely have a bed in there. You definitely have couches. You definitely have a microwave, probably a stove, and your own bathroom in there. Not camping. I can't reiterate that enough. This is a not camper in front of me. Just kind of one of J-Drone's road pet peeves that I've gathered along the way. And here, we'll give you side view of the not camper. Pams up. That right there, you are not you're not camping in that. I'm sorry, that's not a camper. And I'm not hating. If you got an RV, dude, I'm jealous. I would like an RV, but you don't have a camper. You definitely don't have a camper. So we are going to go ahead and put back on me, guys. Love Station gas is going up a little bit since we were there. Birdman said something. If you're
Portable house.
It is. It's a portable house. It's a motel on wheels. It might even be considered a hotel on wheels, depending on the amenities that you have inside of it. Because we've lived lucratively. we've lived pinching some pennies. That way we can stay in some nicer places. So we've stayed in some rough places. We've been in some pretty rough hotels. Not super rough, but we've been in some hotels that had a TV, had a microfridge, a bathroom, and a bed. And I know some of those not campers have a lot larger amenities than what I'm just talking to you about. What?
We'll tell.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. We're going down the road. I have yet to see a Lamborghini. Or no, I saw a Lamborghini in Las Vegas. I saw a Lamborghini in Las Vegas on the road.
Oh, it was on the road.
Right, right. Somebody actually driving a Lamborghini in Las Vegas, I see. And then at the $20 airplane rides yesterday, I showed you guys the Lamborghini. There was a Lamborghini there. I've come across, I think, 2 Bentleys, one on the road, and no, 2 on the road. Both of them were driving on the road. 2 Bentleys on the road, and I don't think I've come across a Rolls Royce. I don't think I've seen a Rolls Royce. Maybe one parked. And where am I going with that? Well, car. I'm a car dude. I like cars. I like seeing expensive cars on the road. Cars that I'll never own. I know I won't ever own a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini or a Bentley. Even if I had the money. I don't think I would buy one of those. Those cars are very expensive cars, and the Rolls Royce and the Bentleys, they're not driving cars. What do you mean they're not driving cars? Dude, if you have the money and you buy one of those cars, they're not driving cars. Those are chauffeur cars. Those cars are meant for luxury. Those cars are meant for you to be driven around in. That's what I think about those cars. Obviously, a Lamborghini is not a chauffeur car. That's a car that you're going to drive around yourself and get your kicks out of. Would I, if I had the money, would I rent a Lamborghini for the day? Probably, just to kind of get the feel of one and just to kind of drive in one. But as far as shelling out that type of money for a vehicle like that, I don't think so, man. Dude, $10,000, I can buy multiple vehicles that I would much rather drive in and keep. Older classic cars, and obviously they're not going to be pristine or anything. Yes, we are passing a nice Days Inn on the left.
The one we stayed in wasn't as fancy.
The Days Inn that we stayed in was not as fancy, and we were going to chuck this AC on. Chucking the AC on, we are in 70-degree weather as we are heading north.
Put pants and stuff on for today. I would have been dying in the car.
Yeah, I told my wife she could probably prepare to get dressed to put pants on, because it's probably going to be colder up north. It's probably going to be colder in Pennsylvania where we live. Is there anybody on this feed in Pennsylvania? Anybody?
There's only like 2 people here right now.
I know, there's 2. It's jumping from like 2 to 5, 2 to 6. It's jumping. It is jumping. And
well, when I go back to look.
And we lost, dude. We lost like 2-3 people on that P stream. After we got out of the, and it was actually not on the P stream. It was actually after the getting out and taking the dog. So maybe they didn't like the dog. I don't know. We kind of lost them putting the dog out to go pee. Maybe they didn't like the dog's P stream. That's the new thing for YouTube, P streaming. And again, you just didn't see anything. It was definitely G-rated. You probably didn't even hear the. Probably didn't even hear the trinkle. No, my wife says I'm teaching kids not to wash their hands. No, I'm not. I'm teaching kids not to pee on their hands. Don't pee on your hands. Don't do it. Touch as little as possible entering and leaving a restroom. Generally, when I leave, I generally pinky open a door, or if I have to open a door, I'm generally kicking it open if it's one of those doors that I can kick open. And again, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy that worries about germs, what's so not. Just because, dude, and it's proven fact. My immune system is much higher than the majority of the people that I come in contact with, because the majority of the people that I come in contact with, the majority of the people that I know, family members that I know, they get sick a lot more often than I do. Dude, I don't have health insurance.
You get sick.
I have eye insurance. I have dental insurance. I don't have health insurance.
There's man says he uses a paper towel he dries his hands with.
There you go. So I don't have health insurance for a reason. If I was sick all the time, I'd probably have health insurance. But I don't have health insurance for a reason, because I don't.
Something out there stinks.
I don't go on sick. I don't go to sick camp often. Yes, we are smelling it, man. And I'm sure there's a way to do it. I don't know. There, I just did it. There's a button to do it. That way we're not getting intake, and it's actually just circulating in. And I guess that's what the air conditioner should be on, that
If I
way we're not
push
getting
door open, I raise my hand high where others don't.
And that's smart. That's smart thinking. That's not being a germaphobe. That's not overthinking and being, I don't want germs and this and that.
Most women don't sit on the toilet when they go out.
Right. And my wife is saying when women go out, they generally don't sit on the toilet. They generally hover and make a mess all over the toilet for the next woman.
No, because the next woman should be sitting on it.
Right, but the next woman should not also be sitting on it. They should be hovering.
But no, we don't pee all over the toilet.
And she says they don't pee all over the toilet. I know better. My wife doesn't do it at home, obviously, because I would know she would do it. But in the catering facility, I had to clean a couple bathrooms myself, and some of the worst bathrooms ever were women's bathrooms, as you would think, drunk men with their lizards just all over around. I'm fine, dude. I'm fine. If I have women watchers, I'm not saying all women just pee all over the place, but I'm telling you, statistically, cleaning a ballroom, the women's bathroom has been considerably worse than the men's bathroom, where you think a men's bathroom would be a bunch of drunk people coming from a wedding and just letting their anacondas swing all around like a fire hose. And it's not the case. It wasn't the case, I promise you that. Birdman wrote something.
He wrote, I watched the general public as to how they open doors, not fell out.
Right, and I mean that's just general observations. If you're a little bit higher line of bacteria guy, and you want to not be bacteria guy and not have bacteria, you could wear gloves. There's no laws that say you can't wear gloves in public. You can wear latex gloves in public. That way, or you're not coming in contact.
See, they
with
might
things.
not allow latex gloves to be worn constantly, because if you're wearing gloves, then you could steal something or do
Yeah, but
something
you
wrong.
can't. No, dude, you can't. There's no laws saying that you can't wear latex gloves wherever you go. I guarantee that. I get just like the face masks. There's certain cultures and certain groups of people that walk around like the bubonic plague is in full swing, and they have face masks covering their face and whatnot. And yeah, so I mean, dude, glove up. Glove up, wear your latex gloves if you're worried about stuff. Me, I'm not worried about stuff. I really ain't. Because again, dude, I've traveled from Illinois down to New Mexico, out to California, and the pee stream that we just encountered. Obviously, generally, I don't take my phone in with me, but me doing as I did, where it's just like drop, go, and go, and you saw how quick it was. I haven't gotten sick, man. So,
Echinacea helps to keep immune system high. Just check with doc in case you're taking other meds. There's my disclaimer. Laugh out loud. Echinacea. My mom swears by that too.
Here, get on there, have a little talk, please.
Like I didn't do my makeup.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's not fine.
It's fine.
It's not fine.
Well, just talk that way. Here, you're on camera.
No, leave me
All right.
be.
Wife doesn't want to be on camera. She talk loud enough that people can hear you about echinacea.
My mother swears by echinacea also, because she says, like, if you feel like you might be starting to get cold or something, to take that, because it's actually supposed to be an immune system booster. So I agree with Birdman on the echinacea.
All right, so echinacea. Take at your own risk. Obviously, consult a physician or doctor if you are taking other medications. But echinacea, my wife swears by it. Birdman swears by it. It's got to be good. Two like-minded people can't be saying it's bad. Myself, I don't take anything, man.
I give you, what are they called? Those
vitamins, gummy vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins when you're remembering.
Occasionally, I'll take some gummy vitamins.
But those other things that I get, like when you think you might be getting a cold.
When I think I might be getting a cold,
Airborne?
I take Airborne.
Those chewy things?
It's basically vitamin C. It's like a high dosage of vitamin C.
Got a friend on meds and his doc says he can't take it. Echinacea.
Okay, so if you're on medication and you're thinking about taking echinacea, Jay Drone says consult your family physician or doctor just to make sure you can, because you don't want to be getting further sick, or you don't want to have adverse effects versus your normal day medication. Definitely want to stay safe as always. Definitely want to stay healthy. Stay safe and healthy and have a positive life. These are words of Jay Drone.
Airborne is a great band, kind of like AC/DC.
Airborne, I don't know the Airborne band. I do know AC/DC, so if they're anything like AC/DC, I can definitely put a stamp on that. Do you know who Airborne is?
No.
Airborne. Airborne Supply? Airborne Supply?
That's Air Supply.
Or Air Supply. See, I'm reaching. I don't know who Airborne
I didn't know
is.
who Air Supply was until the other day either.
and I didn't know where Air Supply was. Dude, here, check it out. Jay Drone grew up in a private school. Jay Drone grew up listening to rap music in a private school. So, my music background is urban music.
But I know rap too.
As far as the classic stuff goes, I like it. I listen to it. I like it. Love listening to Alabama. I love Southern rock. I've listened to my share of alternative rock, classic rock, even stuff from the 50s on up, man. I enjoy it thoroughly. But to be able to tell what album it came from and what the artist was, I can't tell you that. I absolutely cannot tell you that. Birdman wrote something.
Check them out when you can.
Check them out when you can on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, then you are not here. But if you are here, you are on YouTube. YouTube has a vast amount of information, entertainment, whatever you want to look at on the internet, you can probably find on YouTube. This has been a message brought to you by Jay Drone on WYOYUTUBE.com.
Guess we do have a while to go yet before we're near Maryland.
We do have a while yet before we are near Maryland.
I guess we'll be passing through Virginia.
We'll be passing through Virginia before we are passing through Maryland.
Yes.
And Birdman wrote something.
Brother, it's been great with live stream. Gotta get ready for it. Be safe out there. Catch us later, my bro and sis.
Absolutely. We will catch you later, brother. I appreciate you sticking with me. I appreciate you sticking with the wife, and appreciate the little tidbits from Birdman as far as immune system goes. Definitely want to keep a high immune system, and that will keep you not sick. That's a double negative, right? Not sick. Is sick negative? Sick's a negative word.
Yeah.
Not sick.
In the juncture that you wouldn't want to be sick.
Right.
Sick is a negative word.
Right. Sick could be a good word. Be like, yo,
Could be like an adjective.
yo, that is so sick. That is dope. That's sick. That could definitely be a way that you jive with it. But we'll give you a little look at the land lay here. Land of lay. We're still on the road, just trucking on down the road. Expect delays. We gotta expect delays. The sign road work right there. Road work ahead. I do not like expect delays. Road work. We got an abandoned car right there.
No, it ain't. Right?
Yeah, it is. It's got a little orange ticket on it. Little abandoned car right there. And Birdman said something again.
Be safe, guys. And I'm off at 5, so you'll be very close to home by then, I bet.
Yep, we should be close to home by then. Our ET is around 6, 7 o'clock, I think. And if reception holds out, we will still be live. We will still be live. I'm going for the longest live feed that Jay Drone has done. I think the longest one was like 3 and change. What? What you got up there? We got snacks. Snacks! Did everybody check out the snacks video, Birdman? Go check out the snacks video before work. It'll give you a positive vibe. What we got? What we eating? Let's eat something live. I haven't eaten anything live.
You're eating a Snickers live.
I'm gonna eat a Snickers live, guys. Look at this Snickers. Look at that Snickers. A little limp in the center. So what's that tell you? No, that tells you there's 2 of them in there. There's 2 Snickers in there. So if you could open that, and we are going to do a Snickers stream. We're going to do a Snickers stream. Why wait? Grab a Snickers. Or is it going to be a while? Grab a Snickers. That's right. I did not wash my hands because I did not pee on my hands, and now I'm going to eat something with my hands. Jay Drone is gross. But I'm also not going to see. Oh, that's super melty,
Well,
dude.
yeah, I told you.
Holy crap. Super melty Snickers stream here. Check it out. This thing doesn't even have shape anymore. Ridiculous. Anybody watching like Snickers? If you have one, eat one with Jay Drone. Bam, Snickers, where you at? Anybody know Snickers? Let them know I'm advertising for them on the Jay Drone show. Let me get some Snickers product. Let me get a case of Snickers. I'm trying, I'm reaching. I'm reaching for sponsors, man. This is probably the quietest I've been eating the Snickers.
Yeah, so just like the puppy dog and kids, you can get you to hush up by giving you something to eat.
Bam! Want to get Jay Drone to be
That's
quiet?
why I gave the puppy.
Here, we'll turn around. That way you have a better look at it. That way you're looking at me eating Snickers. Uh-oh. Put that back up there.
Yeah, because I have hands.
There you go, guys. New York plates. He's going further than we are. Prepare to stop. Hamilton Family Vineyards. CT, I think my boy CT told me there was a lot of vineyards down here. And we got a not camper in front of us. It says Raptor. You got to see a Raptor on there? You see a Raptor on there?
I don't know. I'm not looking
Right
at
there.
it. Yeah, I see now.
You don't see a Raptor though.
No.
I'm sorry, guys. If I get a not camper and I got Raptor lettering down the backside of it, I'm gonna have a big, gnarly, scary Velociraptor on there. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
You want the other piece now? Or what do you do?
Yeah, I want the other piece now. I'm just gonna straighten this out. Straighten this out for you guys. Got a rest mile, an hour and a half, or a mile and a half way. Somebody outside a tree stand in the woods over there. I saw that. You have to bear with me, guys. Normally I'm Jabba Jaw Jay. I got a Snickers in my grill. So we're giving you a little look at the land here as I chew a root my Snickers. Fuel on the go. And again, if anybody knows a Snickers representative, please forward this to him and be like, yo, you should hook this dude up with Snickers. He'll eat it live, and he'll encourage other people to eat Snickers. I'm trying to get some free Snickers. I'm a fat kid in a skinny person's body. Dude, I would do a Snickers challenge. I would do a Snickers challenge. How many Snickers can you eat in an hour? Dude, I bet money I can eat a lot of Snickers in an hour. I bet money I could eat a lot of Snickers in about 20 minutes. Yeah, I'd probably have a bad toothache. I'd probably have a bad stomach ache. And I might actually cure
I
diabetes.
think you could eat Reese's quicker. You like those better than Snickers.
Yeah, so I like Reese's better than Snickers. Oh, just lost the Snickers. Lost the Snickers sponsor. Let me get a Reese's sponsor now. New York plates all over the place. This is the second New York plate that I've encountered in a short time. No parking zone, tollway, and we are going to encounter some traffic here, guys. Pittman Road, 1 mile. Anybody live on Pittman Road? Speed limit 55. Know what happens if you do more than that in a speed limit? Double the fine. We are heading home, guys. We have been on a trip of Route 66 for about 2 weeks. Then we headed over to South Carolina, and we chilled there for about 3 days. Big rig. Big rig. State is that? I don't know what state that is. Maybe North Carolina. It said Hamilton, North Carolina on the marquee bumper. But all right, guys, we're gonna turn this back around on me. Turn it back around on me. Snickers is gone. I like Snickers. You should like Snickers too. Where's my Snickers sponsor? I would think at some point, I mean, I'm not huge. I'm definitely not huge on YouTube. I have a lot of strong followers, and I keep getting a lot of strong followers. And then I have people that kind of meander in and out and whatnot. I would think, I don't know, maybe after I hit like 10,000, maybe after I hit like 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna start getting Mountain Dew and Monster and Snickers sponsorships, dude. That'd be cool. It'd be really cool. And again, I've noted this before. Hypothetically, say a black licorice company came to me and they offered me sponsorship for paid money. Yes, we're gonna give you money to eat this black licorice on YouTube. Right away, I would say no.
I like black.
My wife would do it. Maybe I could get my wife to do it on camera. But myself, I wouldn't do it because I don't like black licorice. Now, I do know other YouTubers that would do it for the money. And they would lie to you and say, yum, I love this black licorice, yum, 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 yum. Because they had a sponsorship with them. I'm not that dude. I can't do that. And hypothetically, say there was a new energy drink that came out called Lightning. What? Lightning? J-Drone want to try that Lightning, and they contacted J-Drone and they were like, hey, we're Lightning. We're new on the market. We want to give you a baseball cap. We want to give you a t-shirt. We want to give you a year's supply of Lightning. And we also want to pay you. We also want to pay you, hypothetically, we're going to pay you, say, $100 a month. We want to pay you $100 a month to support Lightning, the new energy drink on the market. I don't know that there's an energy drink on the market called Lightning, but I would do it. I would do it. I know nothing about Lightning. I like baseball caps. I like t-shirts. I like energy drinks. But if the Lightning energy drink tasted like Brussels sprouts and I didn't like it, well, looks like J-Drone's not getting paid anymore, and I'm not wearing the hat and I'm not wearing the shirt. That's how I am. That's how I review. I've noted a couple times before when we've been talking about a certain somebody in a certain group of reviewers and a certain reviewer per se, there are some sellout reviewers. There are some reviewers that will sell you junk. There are some reviewers that will sell you overpriced junk. There are some reviewers that will sell you overpriced good drones, but that you can get for a lot cheaper, and they won't tell you about it. And shame on them. Shame on them, dude. That's kind of why we're here. Well, we're here right now just jabberjaw with you and occupy J-Drone's mind, and also take you along the trip home with me. But generally, this channel is on drones. Generally, this channel does tech reviews. Generally, this channel will do reviews on things that I encounter. And I would assume from you guys, you would expect the reviews to be solid. You would expect the reviews to be something true. Yeah, we got lots of traffic here. We're gonna be stuck in traffic. I could actually get out and dance in the road and still be keeping up with traffic here. But that's how I pertain to run my channel, guys. If you see something that I'm gonna stamp J-Drone on and I'm gonna approve it and I'm gonna okay it, you can guarantee that it's good money. You just watch. I'm telling you guys, just watch, because there's some of those guys out there, I call them free drone reviewers. They'll do anything for a free drone. They'll do anything for free tech, free merchandise. If it's junk, they're going to tell you it's good. They're going to make an edit that's going to look really good, and that's a lot of times why I don't edit my videos. You got a lady dancing over here. Let's see if we can catch her. Here.
Right next to us.
Yeah, and I think these lanes are merging somehow. Are these lanes merging? I think the lanes are merging, man.
I don't know. I don't see lanes merging.
Here. This lady in here is super dancing. Yeah,
She's
so...
just bobbing her head now.
Here, go ahead, lady. I'll let you over. J-Drone's being nice and letting dancing bobbing head lady over. Who was right there. That lady was jamming out in her car, wife told me. So we kind of wanted to catch her out. But I was nice and good karma. I let her in front of me instead of trying to push her off the side of the road.
You have to drive 55 on this.
55? We're not even doing 20. We're not even doing 20 at this rate, guys. I'll never be home.
It's a $250 fine.
$250 fine if you go over the speed limit here. I ain't about that. That's a new drone right there. And this live feed's been brought to you by Monster. It's the French retake one, cut one. And this video has been brought to you by Monster Energy Drink. It'll quench your thirst, it'll give you energy, and give you the pep you need to get on with your day. If you haven't had a Monster today, go grab you a Monster. Where's my Monster sponsorship? Where is it? I'm pulling, dude. Dude, the Monster Energy add-in drone, had to have it. I ended up getting one. I almost won one in a gas station. That's where they were able to be had, was in a gas station via giveaways. And I got second place. I went into the gas station and they're like, you won. I'm like, what? Like, you won a Monster contest. And the Monster contest was for add-in drone, the Aton. I think it's Aton. The Aton drone from Traxxas with the Monster labels all over it. Look at this douchebag. No, sorry, you're not getting over. I'm not letting this guy over. Sorry. Absolutely not. I let one person over. I'm not letting a long, big person over that I'm not going to be able to see in front of me. But yeah, so I walk in there and they're like, you won, and I'm like, what? And then they're like, yeah, you got a poster, you got second place. Dude, are you kidding?
People need to leave me alone.
It's like, I won, I got a poster, I'm not happy with the poster, I wanted the drone. So eventually I looked on Marketplace. If you guys aren't familiar with your Facebook Marketplace, before you buy a drone, go search on your Marketplace. You might be able to find it cheaper, and also locally where you don't have to wait on shipping. But I found it on Marketplace, and it really wasn't that local, it was in Philadelphia, but the dude decided he would accept PayPal, and he would also ship it out for under $100. Go ahead and Google Monster ATON from Traxxas drone. Go ahead and Google that. You won't find one super cheap, and I think before I left my trip, there was only like one or two available on the market, and they were around the $300 range because they're very limited drones. And it's a solid drone. It's a good drone. It's a GPS drone that you can throw into acro. It has all different types of modes on it. Very cool looking drone too. And Traxxas, if you are familiar with RC, Traxxas is a leading name in the RC market. So that's how I acquired my ATON add-in. I like to say add-in, not Aton. I think it's Aton. I'm almost positive it's enunciated Aton. But that's definitely how I got mine. Dude, I think it was $200 Spark. I think I paid $200 for a DJI Spark off of Facebook Marketplace. So I've gotten some good deals. I've gotten shifted on Marketplace before too. I went down to go pick up a $600 Mavic, new in package. Guy had agreed to sell it to me for that price. Traveled an hour and a half away, and by the time I got down there, the guy wouldn't answer my calls, he wouldn't answer my messages. Finally messaged me, said, dude, you're going to hate me. I sold it. Really? We had a standing agreement. We had a gentleman's agreement. We made an agreement, and an agreement is an agreement. And by the time that I got down there, dude sold it. I was heated. And then I also had another one for a Hex, a Walkera Hex, a big boy Hex. And I got down there, I met the dude, we agreed on a price, and when I got down there, he didn't have the controller. Of all things to not have, I can see a charger, maybe you misplaced the charger. Of all things to have on a drone sale, you don't have the controller. What is going on? So I've had hit or miss on Facebook Marketplace. I've had good deals, but I've had bad, wasted of time deals. And we got this guy with 4-ways on, roof rack right there, not sure what that was about. And hopefully the video quality, the sound quality, let me know, somebody let me know that the sound quality is good. I've had people tell me the sound quality has been okay when the wife's been smoking a cigarette and the window's down. No, there's nobody in here talking, but I'm trying to engage them to talk.
The sound quality right now.
They do. I'm trying to engage them to talk, engage the people watching, because we'll have a couple people in here. Guys, if you're new to the channel, I do drones, I do urbex. If you don't know what urbex is, it's basically exploring abandoned areas. It is the modern day Tomb Raider, although I've never found anything really worth of much value. It's just been taking pictures and kind of taking video to get you guys alongside with me and explore from your couches, recliners, or computer chairs into areas that are generally not accessible to the average public. I kind of get a rush out of doing it, and I find it fun to do that type of stuff. And then Route 66, we did Route 66 throughout the course of 2 weeks. And right now we are on the road heading home. We are heading home. anywhere, probably not doing the speed limit if I'm getting passed by a tractor trailer. So we are going to kick it into high gear here after the tractor trailer moves, because I don't want any more paint chips on my car, and I'm pretty sure they've came from these tractor trailers. I got a nice one, and fortunately I bought paint to match the color of my vehicle before I left for this trip, so I'll be able to touch it up, just mask off the entire area besides a little paint chip, and lightly hit it with like 3 to 4 coats of paint, and have it unnoticeable. Although there is a little ding, it kind of like whatever hit pretty hard, because there's a little ding, like a little indent in my hood. Probably not noticeable to the general eye, but it's definitely noticeable to me, where it definitely needs to be fixed. We're gonna set it on cruise and set, and guys, we are running on 163 minutes. That's over 2 hours here. I don't know what my longest speed is. If anybody has the time and they want to go into a split screen, anybody wants to go split screen and see what the longest J-Drone feed is, it's probably the one from West Memphis to SoCal, South Carolina.
I'm gonna start doing feeds too, that way I can sit here and talk to someone.
My wife said she's gonna start doing feeds too, that way she can sit here and talk to somebody, but she's lying. She is lying, and you know how I know she's lying? Because I can turn the camera this way, and this could be the K-Drone show. Go ahead.
No.
And she says no. Right? I gave her the opportunity. She could have taken over the show. She could have been talking to you guys and taken over the show. But I don't have makeup on. I didn't do this with my hair. Holy Beamer. Jeez, are you kidding? Karma. Instant. Let's get this guy. So we got a Beamer with New York plates right there. So last time somebody did that, where they crawled up my butt when I was trying to get into the normal lane, last time somebody did that, where they just buzzed behind me, cut in the non-passing lane, and then jumped back in the passing lane, they got pulled over. And I have that on video if you want to check that video out. Again, it is, I think, labeled Sweet Home Alabama, because that's where we were cruising through on our live feed. You can check that out, and that definitely did happen. Karma is real, and I proved it. It is not something that people just believe in. It is a real thing. Do good things will happen. Do bad things, with driving recklessly is bad. Bad things will happen, and the dude ended up getting pulled over shortly down the road. That there is instant karma. Generally, karma does not happen like that. Generally, karma takes a little bit while to get back to you, but it always does get back to you. That's kind of like what I say, paying it forward. If you do something nice for somebody, it's going to come full circle. I promise you. Sometimes it happens, like I'm talking about instant karma. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it takes a good while to come back to you. But it comes full circle. I promise you that. Like, hypothetically, say the smallest thing. You're leaving a grocery store, and you hold the door for somebody. You hold the door for somebody. Guaranteed that's going to transition into a holding door trickle effect, because that's just generally what it happens. You hold the door for somebody, somebody else is going to hold the door for somebody else. Somebody else is going to do kind deeds and kind things towards general humanity, and eventually, whoop, bam, it's going to come full circle, where it comes back to you, and you have somebody do something nice for you. That's weird. There was just a regular chair sitting off into the grass. And those are nice flowers, super red flowers over there. This left area over here, there's literally just a chair sitting over there. Nothing around it, there's just a chair there. I don't know if somebody like once a day just comes to watch traffic and they post up there and they sit there. I don't know. We got another not camper here, guys. We got not campers all over this road. And if you just joined me, that is a not camper. New York plates out the wazoo. What is it? New York follow J-Drone Day? That is another New York plate right there. Open Range Roamer. Open Range Roamer not camper right there. That is Hotel on Wheels. Every time I see one of those, I'll probably reiterate it just to get that stuck in your head. That way, maybe, just maybe, as you guys are driving down the road with your family, going on a road trip or whatever, and you are going to camping in a tent, or you are going to stay in a hotel or a KOA or whatever, and you see one of those, it's gonna slip. It's gonna slip. I done brainwash y'all. It's gonna slip that those are not campers. You're gonna be like, look, a not camper, and then your wife's gonna be like, what? That's a not camper. And then you're going to explain to them why it's a not camper. And then she's probably going to argue with you a little back and forth. But I promise you, you have proper premise to call those not campers because they have everything a hotel has them. They're moving hotels, recreational vehicles. Recreational vehicle. Recreational. I'd have to look up the word recreational to actually determine if we can call them recreational vehicles because recreational. I have a vague gist on what recreational is in my head, but I don't know. I would have to get the exact term. If anybody on here has the time and they want to go over to Google and type in recreational and get the definition for recreational and then just paste it and hit return and let me know, that way I could come up with a consensus just like this. Here. This thing that we are passing under, is this called a bridge or is this called a overpass? I don't know. I know trestles. Trestles are things that I think predominantly the trains go over. But is a overpass something that just goes over concrete and not over water? If that had gone over water, would that be considered a bridge? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's definitely something that we need to get down to here, and these are things that I think about when I'm driving, because again, you can go over a bridge, you can go over an overpass, you can even go over an underpass. Like I think is what we're on an underpass when we are going under an overpass. Dude, the English language, man, it's not cut and dry. We have so many definitions and terms for so many different things. We have different ways to spell things, and common ways to spell things, and then ways that just make absolutely no sense to spell things. Like Arkansas. Arkansas is spelled Arkansas, or is that right? Arkansas, or something like that.
Yeah.
Arkansas, if you enunciate Arkansas, it is not spelled Arkansas. I believe it's spelled Arkansas, which is weird. Why do we do that? And here, we got another one. Anybody, I know a couple people just checked. What is this called? What is this called? Help me out here. Get on that keyboard and let me know. Well, we are going underneath. What is that called? We just went underneath it. Is that called a bridge? Is that called an overpass? If it is deemed an overpass and is not called a bridge and cannot be associated with a bridge, somebody let me know why. Are bridges just strictly for going over water? Dude, I'm baffled, man, because I associate a bridge with going over water, but the general makeup of a bridge is just something that goes point A to point B over something that you generally would not be able to get over. I think I've been on bridges that have not gone over water. But then again, why would you make a bridge that doesn't go over water when you could just make the road, and the road would have to make a dip in the road? It would have to dip essentially, and you would just have a dippy road, right? Generally, bridges are made to go over an impassable terrain. I think so. This has been Bridge Talking with J-Drone. The more you know, the more power you have in between your skull. In between your skull. You don't have two skulls. In between your skull ears. You have ears on your skull. But guys, we are heading home. We are heading home. I have drones at home. I have drones in the post office. I have drones that I have not flown at home. And I'm excited to get home. If you've joined this channel for road tripping, there will be more of that. There will absolutely be more road tripping. There will be more footage from this past road trip. But if you are a traditional J-Drone watcher and you like drones and you got to have your drone, your drone fix, your modifications, your range runs, dude, stay tuned. I have not jumped off the J-Drone boat of Dronage. I posted a couple drone videos throughout the course of this with the MJX Bugs FPV flyout. We've had the Tello out. We've had some whoops out. Just in the beach that we were at, we had the Tello on the beach. Then we went to Hog Island, right before Hog Island, and we took the Spark, an extremely high wind. Even the app said high velocity wind, and it did well. You couldn't see that the wind was transitioning into the video of the drone at all. The gimbal was super stable. So a lot of people are leery about getting the Spark, and I know that because I've had a lot of questions pinned towards me about the DJI Spark. I live near the ocean. I live in an open plain area. I deal with a lot of wind. Is the Spark going to be good for that? Yeah, man, I've had it in almost 20-mile-per-hour wind, and it can hang. Obviously, you don't want to do that all the time, but if you deal with a high wind area, and we got another tower up here, big blue water tower hiding behind the trees there. I'm sure you guys might be able to see it. It's behind that big patch of trees. It says Wilson, so do you know what that means? Wilson. The town of Wilson, or the city of Wilson, is coming up, and it is right over there. I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't see it. I apologize about that. You guys missed out on the water tower. I'll try to hit water towers as we are going, because I like me some water towers. In Drone Days, we had a water tower contest, and it was open to any Drone Days member. If you guys don't know what Drone Days it is the best Facebook, fastest growing Facebook group, most positive, most informative drone group on Facebook, where we do not poke fun and take bias at somebody flying an X5C versus somebody flying a Unique Typhoon. It's all good. Whether you're flying a $20 micro or a $5,000 agricultural drone, everybody's welcome there, man. We're there to learn off one another. We're there to explore through one another, kind of like what you guys are doing right here. You're exploring through me. You're exploring the road. You're exploring beaches. You're exploring abandoned areas. You're exploring drones. I definitely do a lot with drones, and absolutely love a lot with drones. We're gonna do this way. What's K drone thing? What about nothing?
I just want to be home already, so I don't have to sit here and drive.
My wife would like to be home already, that way we don't have to sit here and drive. What don't you like about driving?
That I'm stuck in the car for the next 7 hours and 7 minutes.
7 hours and 7 minutes we are going to be stuck in the car, guys.
And I will be listening to J-Drone talk about
And she'll be listening to J-Drone talk the entire way, unless we get a signal breakage that I cannot shake. That is something that my wife does not like about the car rides. And I'm sure it's not the J-Drone thing that's a heavy hitter on there, but I'm sure that's a mild thing that is a little bit irking. A little bit irking that she has to listen to her husband talk for almost 7 hours.
to somebody other than myself.
To somebody other than herself. But right now, engaging my wife, I was trying to include her on the J-Drone show, trying to prod her brain, get a little information from her. What do we got here? What do we got? A sign. We got a sign. 1-800-BUY-FERRY, North Carolina ferry system. Ferry. If you're in North Carolina, they suggest you travel by ferry. I know nothing about North Carolina's ferry system. If anybody's from North Carolina, which I know Birdman is, but I think Birdman went back to work. What's up with the ferry system, man? Y'all got lots of ferries, different islands, or you have different waypoints that maybe shaped like a U, and it would take forever to drive, and you just jump on the ferry and bam, you're there. I've only ever been on a ferry once or twice, never with a vehicle, just on foot transport to an island.
You don't like bridges. I don't think you'd like being in a car on a ferry.
I don't like bridges. I'm not deathly afraid of bridges. Got a nice little Miata here. I'll show you Miata. The Miata, and we double tapped it. Little Mazda Miata there. Yeah, J-Drone doesn't like being on excessively tall bridges over water. Just for the simple fact that I'm a little uneasy that, one, I'm stuck in a car. Two, if the bridge ever collapsed, the bridge is collapsing from a high distance to water, and I'm stuck in a car. Will that ever happen? I doubt it'll ever happen. Does that keep me from driving on bridges? No, it does not keep me from driving on bridges. But what were we talking about? Ferries. So, would I be very comfortable on a ferry? On a car? In a car? I don't know, man. I know you can get out of your cars on a ferry. So, that might be alright, but I think I'd have that just anxiety-filled thing that all my stuff is in my car. I'm on a ferry. If this ferry sinks, my car is done. Sure, if I'm outside of it, I can probably swim to safety or whatnot and probably be okay. But that's a big loss, man. I don't even know if insurance would cover that. I don't know if full cover insurance would cover a downed car off of a ferry. Does anybody else know if Nationwide is on your side, would still be on your side if you lost your car due to a ferry, or would they consider, hey, you're a dummy, military vehicle? Right there. No plates, just military markings. Bamzo in spray paint. branch it is. J Drone, appreciate your service. Myself, I didn't serve in the military. I wasn't in the military. I should have went into the military, but I didn't go into the military. I come from a military family. The majority of my father's brothers, my uncles, were in the military. My mother was in the military, and my grandfather was in the military. So definitely come from a military background. But yeah, so anybody who served in the military, J Drone appreciates your service. Appreciates you keeping J Drone free and able to travel the United States freely and fly his drones freely when I'd like to. That's definitely a huge thing. And if anybody watching here knows anybody in the military, how about today? Today, do a Karma J Drone thing. Just tell them, hey, thanks for serving, man. And it doesn't matter if you're old or young. Thanks for serving, because that's a big staple in our country. I'm not political. I don't disagree or agree with what the president says. Hey, do this. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go there. This and that. I have no take on it. Not to say that I'm spineless or anything. I just have no take on it because I don't pay attention to it. I really don't. I live my life on a day-to-day, and I don't watch news. My news feed, my timeline on my wall is just basically drone stuff, YouTube stuff, and photograph stuff, because that's what I do. But yeah, for the men and women that get sent over these places, they're following orders. They're doing what they believe is best for their country and what their superiors agrees is best for their country. And again, kudos. Thank you guys. I appreciate you 300%. We are coming up on some greenage, guys. If you guys like some greenage, I'll show you some greenage. That's what I call greenage. Is Tar River. Coming up on Tar River and Pamlico something and Tar River. And I wonder if that river, nope, the river is not tar colored. It is not, speed limit is 70. I'm still going under the speed limit. J Drone's driving slow today. Absolutely driving slow. We are coming up on a green sign which will tell us things. Richmond's in Virginia at 128 miles. And we have Rocky Glen or Rock Road that we were coming up right before Richmond, Virginia. And we are going to go ahead and set our cruise control. We are setting our cruise control. Cruise control is set. And where are they from? For Hire, North Carolina. Little van next to me, For Hire, North Carolina. Seems to be a beautiful day still, 71 degrees. What's the wife doing on her phone?
Arguing with Randy Robbins because...
Okay, we don't need to get into that too much, but yeah, I get that. I understand. I know exactly. And here, I guess we'll touch on this quickly. All right, so the whole reason the wife is arguing with one of our friends on Facebook is because she took a picture. She took up a picture called Baby Tar Pancakes. Was that what it was called? Baby Tar.
It was
Tar Baby. It was called Tar Baby Pancakes, and had a picture of a cartoon, all black child, with a big dopey smile on his face. And in the part of South Carolina that we were at, there were pancake places called Plantation Pancakes. They do plantation tours down there. I'm sure at one juncture, at one point or another, a plantation may have been, I don't know. I could be speaking out of pocket here, but I would assume at some point or another, a plantation was just that, where it was just like a farm or whatever. But traditionally, what I associate with a plantation is a plantation that had slaves on it and whatnot. And to name a pancake house, Plantation Pancake House, or Plantation Pancakes, that seems really odd to me. And so again, we have Tar Baby Pancakes, and if you look up on Google the definition for Tar Baby, it's a racist term. It is a racist term, and I don't understand how people get away with that. I mean, I guess it's your business. You can name it what you want. Obviously, you're segregating yourself from a certain group of people that probably will never go into that facility. But that's what somebody's arguing with my wife on Facebook about.
Well, it's like to the point where I'd like to be like, well, have you ever been a slave that you can talk so highly on these signs or anything else?
No, just relax. It's certain people hold certain prejudices and certain ignorance.
It just makes them look like an ignorant person.
And that's what it is. It's ignorance. Some people think they're above the slang and whatnot. I grew up as a minority. I grew up as very select few white guys. I believe there's more ethnicity around me than white guys, and I know if I was traveling with my friends that they'd probably be very offended by the plantation pancakes, by the Tar Baby pancake place with the depiction of a young black child. What?
I wrote. No, he was trying to say, oh, well, it was probably in a small area.
It doesn't matter if it was in a small area.
It wasn't, but I wrote, no, definitely it was not a small area. It was Myrtle Beach. I'm personally not overtly offended. I grew up in the smallest of towns in the woods, but as a human, I know that the sign is overly insensitive, and as an empath, I can place myself in someone else's shoes. I'm also educated and know this is a sign of ignorance as well as insensitivity. It doesn't wholly have to do with what offends. It doesn't. It's more of an observation that people are and could care less about others or how they feel.
And that's a good way to put it, because that's exactly what it is. If you were gonna, I mean, look, if there was a KKK pancakes,
I wouldn't.
I mean, if there was a KKK pancakes with a silhouette of a dude wearing a white cone, like the KKK robe, and there was a place called KKK pancakes, that would raise a lot of flags, man. Sure. They're an organization. They're an organization. A lot of people perceive them to be highly racist, and I'm sure they are. I'm sure some of them perceive themselves as being very productive people.
Even them, you don't see them throwing up. Like,
right.
You're not
and that's what it is. Right. You're not seeing KKK pancakes. You're not seeing white dumb cracker pancakes. That's not acceptable, man. It really isn't in any juncture. I don't care where you live. You're like,
and it doesn't personally have to offend you for you to see, okay, well, that's just not right.
You don't have to, like, myself, I'm not black. I mean,
obviously.
Clearly, I'm Irish, bam, St. Patrick's Cross on there, and German. I'm Irish and German. I don't have any African-American descendants in my line, but me seeing plantation pancakes, me seeing Tar Baby pancakes, especially with that little cartoon picture of a black child,
which they don't do anywhere else anymore. Like all the Looney Tunes cartoons that had the black faced or references to anything like that were banned.
Right, a lot of Looney Tunes were banned because of racism, because of racist remarks and slurs that were just ignorant people back in the day when they thought it was okay. It is 2018, it is not okay. Let J Drone tell you that. I don't care where you're from, it is not okay. I understand small town thinking. I get it. I really do get it. My wife is from a small town where a lot of people fly the Confederate flag. A lot of people fly the Confederate flag. I understand the Confederate flag is a part of history. I understand it's a part of, it was a part of a war. It's a part of Southern history and whatnot. But I also understand why certain people fly the Confederate flag. And a lot of those areas you find a lot of people with very racist ideals, and sure, I get it. I understand it. You're in a predominantly strong ethnicity culture, whether it be white, black, Spanish, or whatever.
Said that I need to remember that I'm a complete Yankee visiting probably a small royal area.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Somebody's arguing with my wife about racism. It doesn't matter.
Him arguing it kind of makes him.
Right. It doesn't matter if, right. And you could you're not a Yankee. My wife is not a Yankee. I'm a Yankee. I'm a Yankee from the North. My wife is anything but a Yankee. And tell him, you grew up in the middle of woods, dude. You grew up in the middle of the woods, and that's what I was getting at. My wife grew up in the middle of the woods where maybe there was 1 or 2 black people, maybe 1 Spanish person, and 2 Chinese people running a Chinese spot. So, in that juncture, is the general community going to be have a high surge of racism? Absolutely, because it's set back. Is it okay? No, it's not okay. And somebody's trying to argue with my wife that, yeah, you went to a small place and it's okay for it to be like, it is not okay. I don't care what, dude. If you go and it's, I know it's in different areas. It's not just towards black people or Spanish people or Indians or Chinese people. If you go into a really, really strong, influential African-American neighborhood, Is there going to be a high consistency of racism towards white people? There probably is. Is it okay? No, it's not okay. We are people. We are humanitarians. Or no, a lot of people aren't humanitarians. We should be humanitarians. We should be for one another. We are people. 2018, I understand beefs. I understand wrongs. I understand history. I understand it all. I get it all. But to be commercially out there and commercially putting it on your store that, hey, I don't care, I'm going to be racist and I'm going to label my store as a I don't want this type of person in there, and you would be dumb to come in there because you are this type of person, because I'm poking fun at you and I'm poking racist remarks at you. You'd be dumb to do that in this day and age. But like I was told in Southern Carolina, they're kind of set like that. They're kind of set like that, and maybe down there by the person, and I was told by a black person, I was told by a lady that I became very good friends down there, it's kind of still socially acceptable down there. But in that juncture, even if it is socially acceptable in that neighborhood, it's not right. It's not right. In 2018, it's not right. We have a grasp on technology. We have a grasp to Google. You can Google anything, man. You can learn so much. It is plain, flat out ignorance. It does not matter. Dude, I don't care. I don't care if we came into a southern state where slavery was still legal, which I know there was a lot of states that held on to it for a while, and maybe the state that we were in was one of them. It's in this day and age, and even back then, it was legal. It wasn't right. If anybody agrees it was right, it wasn't right. Go ahead.
Stupid freaking thing. Didn't type right.
Stupid typey. But yeah, I mean, just because something's legal does not mean it's right. And just because something's illegal does not mean it's wrong. Marijuana is illegal in a lot of states. Does that mean it's wrong? Dude, it's a plant. It's a plant, y'all. States during the whole drug administration, I think it was Reagan. It might have been Reagan. I don't know my presidents, but
I can't edit what I posted.
Are you going to the Facebook app?
No, I just left the Facebook app to try to edit it elsewhere.
If you're in the Facebook app, you might be able to long hold it and then edit it. But yeah, so I mean, ignorance, I get ignorance, and I get where if you're in a small town and a bunch of people are like that, I get it. Is it right? It's not right. I understand culture. I understand where they're coming from. I understand, again, it's ignorance. It's lack of knowledge. But lack of knowledge or not, is it right? No, it's not right. And again, just because something's illegal does not mean it's bad. Just because something's legal does not mean it's good. And way back when, racism was legal. But let's take a couple steps. Let's take a couple steps and see how the slaves were acquired.
So I said we obviously both have a different view on the topic, and that's fine. I respect your opinion, but it's still ignorant. You wrote, hey, heck, start a protest on Facebook. It is something you hate.
What?
Start a protest on Facebook. It is something you hate.
It is something you hate.
How is he getting this stuff? I don't.
Okay, obviously dealing with a very straight-minded person that is holding straight to the morals and not willing to see the big picture. Which is unreal. It's completely unreal.
I don't hate anything, and you obviously don't understand what I'm saying.
Here, log into my Facebook on your phone. I'll go live while I'm live here.
I'm not that because I'm on Facebook.
Okay, sorry.
I'm following the map.
Oh, all right. I was going to address the issue on Facebook by going live, and I can't double go live here. Although I think Pablo Drone said there's a way to double go live on here and on Facebook through an app. Pablo, where you at? Let me know. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's this day and age, color should not be a big issue. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And like I said, we're touching on a little bit of sensitive topic.
But okay, so like when you say to somebody, we obviously both have a different view on the topic, and that's fine. I respect your opinion, but to me it's still ignorant. And they continue to try to argue it
There's no
That's
argument.
just dumbfounding. It's like, okay, I respect your opinion. That's fine. You have your opinion, but
Yeah, I mean, quite simply put, racism was evolved in a predominantly. Well, here first it started with the Indians. We'll go there. We invaded America, and we took war on the original inhabitants of America, which wasn't America at the time. We named it America, and there was a high disliking for Native Americans. And one, because it was ignorance. That's what it is. It's ignorance. People didn't know. People didn't understand what they were doing. They just seen people living off the land, not living like them. It's different. When something's different, people don't want to adhere to it, don't want to understand, don't want to gain a better understanding. That's what it is. When people want to stick to their guns on something that's clearly wrong, that's them. I know what I know, and what I know is right, regardless if you're wrong or not. And in today's society, that should not be there, man. So, all right, so we went through the Native American phase once we took over America. And then, after we took over America, we started populating, and we started having plantations and whatnot. And instead of like farmers today that do their own work, and Amish today that do their own work, people decided it would be a profitable market to grab people from Africa out of their will and bring them over here and enslave them. And it was legal. It was legal, but does that mean it was right? No, it does not mean it was right. That's like saying hypothetically, maybe there was a piece of the world that we hadn't discovered because they had a cloaking device over their piece of world, and in this world, like a continent we never knew of, that is so far evolved than we are, thus the cloaking device, and they decided, hey, slavery is legal here, and they raided the United States. They raided the United States and decided to take it. They weren't taken by color. They were just taking United States citizens. They forcefully took United States citizens by force and took them to their cloaked planet, their cloaked continent that, again, we don't know anything about because they're so highly advanced. But it's legal there. Is that okay? Would that be okay? Would you be okay with okay, gotta go to work. See you later, Timmy. It's Saturday. Enjoy the cartoons. Coming back to Timmy gone, to your friends' kids gone, because they're strapping young lads. They're maybe football players. They're really strong or whatnot. And this continent, again, that's further advanced than we are, because that's exactly what we are versus Africa. Would you be then okay with them coming over and snatching up strong people from our society? You wouldn't, and for anybody to argue that's okay, that blows my mind. For anybody to argue that outward open blatancy of racist advertising is okay, it's not okay. It doesn't matter, man. There's nothing anybody can say to me that will okay in my head that it's okay to be racist. And somebody's arguing with my wife. So somebody I consider a friend. I know they're from down south. I get that. I know they're from a small community. I get that. My wife is from a small community in the middle of the woods. I understand people's ideals. I understand people's having the horse blinders up and thinking the way they think, and that's the way it is. And change is not good. I get that. But all in all, it's still wrong. That's still ignorance.
I've seen the words in your messages. I meant if it was so bad you could start the ball rolling. I said no, because I'm not an activist either. I was sharing with my family and friends something I found to be a bit disrespectful to a group of people. One, because it's not everywhere you find something so blatantly obnoxious. I said no, because I'm not an activist either. I was sharing with my family and friends something I found to be a bit disrespectful to a group of people. One, because it's not everywhere you find similar colors, and three, because I'm not a
bad word. So yeah, that right there should sum it up. Again,
I respect everybody's opinions.
Right, everybody can have their opinions, and you can pretend to respect them.
Yeah.
To be polite, like verbally, okay, I respect your opinion, but I don't agree with it. When inside, it's like, yeah,
Well, you can respect a person, but not respect their
you can respect a person, but not respect their opinions.
So I'm not saying I disrespect him, but as far as his opinions and standards and mindset goes.
I get it. I absolutely get it. Obviously, some people just still don't get it. And if anybody here is watching and you have a strong disagreement for what I'm saying, I do apologize. And it's kind of like where somebody might be sitting right now. Well, I was raised this way, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it is.
And that's great, but
and I understand that. I can have a full understanding of that, but it's still wrong. It's still wrong. I mean, even came into Hazleton, where I'm from, and they ravished and, excuse the word, but they ravished and raped what they used to do back in the day. Hazleton, and most of my family was affected by it. Would I have strong hate for them? Initially, maybe. Initially, but would it if there were good pygmies? Like I don't know the term pygmy. I just know the term of pygmies. I don't know. So we're gonna say purple people. If there were a group of purple people that did that, and that was a race, the race was called purple people, that did that, would I have a strong disliking for them? Initially, absolutely. I would. Kind of like the world had an initial response to Muslims when
Jewish people,
when the
like
attacks.
You don't see the dollar store advertising that it's best for Jewish people.
Right, and Jewish people.
Spaghetti and Italians.
A lot of people still have a disregard for Jewish people because they know how to save money, and they save money well, and there's other things. Dude, every race, going back to purple people, because I don't want to just segregate a certain type of people. So purple people come in, they do a great wrong to a certain area. Is the locals going to have a vast dislike for those people? Well, absolutely. Absolutely they are. But is that right to hate all the purple people? Is that right to hate the good purple people? Is that right to hate the law-abiding citizens of Purpletown?
Every race has bad people.
Yes. Every single race has bad people. Every single race has horrible people. But every single race also has good people and has good communities of those races. I know this channel isn't based on race. I know this channel is not based on politics or religion, and this is kind of teetering the whole political thing. My wife says sorry, but no, I'm fine to talk about it because I wasn't going to talk about it. Then I figured, why not? I'll talk about it. Because again, I was raised as a minority, dude. I grew up in Panama with Panamanian people. I'm not Panamanian. My mother was in the military. I had a Panamanian maid, a nanny per se, that cleaned the house and watched over me and my brother. We came to the United States and we were dropped in a predominantly white area where racism ran rampant. So I had racism fed to me as a young child when we entered grade school in this area. So I get that, I understand it, but then I got pulled out. I got pulled out and dropped somewhere where I was surrounded by predominantly other races that I was not familiar with, that I did not hang out with as a child, that I did not know, that I was completely oblivious to and ignorant to. And bam. And maybe that's why the way I am, maybe that's why I can see full circle, because other races are normal people. Other races are cool dudes. Other races are just like me.
See, that goes back to that too. People that are more sheltered in areas of the world and stuff. Like, okay, so I grew up in Weatherly. So you didn't have a lot. We had one family that was black, and later on, I think I was in my senior year, we got our first Asian student, and that was pretty cool. Like, we didn't have that. So even like little Jason, when we moved out of Weatherly, you weren't used to seeing different races. We weren't racially diversified or whatever. So like my oldest son meeting somebody Ecuadorian was curious and asked us an odd question because we just weren't used to seeing.
An innocent question. A child that was raised in an area with predominantly white people, that I brought into a city area where there was lots of influx of Spanish, Hispanic, islanders, and people of that nature. It was innocent. A child. The child wasn't racist. The child had no disregard towards this person who had different color skin than them. But he was very curious because he had never seen an Ecuadorian person and wanted to know why he said yellow skin. Obviously the skin wasn't yellow, but it was darker, but not as dark as an African American. And he said it, and it was a little bit embarrassing. But again, it's innocence of a child. Children aren't racist. You get a bunch of children from all different walks of life, even if you are in a racist area, and you put them on a playground, dude, they're gonna play. They're gonna have fun. So that's that, guys. I think I'm about done talking about that. I think we got a nice Mercedes in front of me. I do apologize if anybody was offended by anything that I did say, but everything that I did say, I strongly adhere to, just as I'm sure as somebody who may be offended by it might adhere to their morals and values as well. But quite simply put, I will reiterate it. Just because something's legal does not make it right, and just because something's illegal does not make it wrong. For the simple context, slavery, taking somebody from their house unwillingly and putting them to work and making them your BITCH, so to speak, is wrong. I don't care if it's legal. I don't care if it ever was legal. I don't care if there are countries in the United States or outside of the United States that it's still legal. It's still wrong. Just like trafficking, people trafficking. That's illegal. You're taking people by against their will and utilizing them for your own personal pleasure, and that is wrong. And marijuana is illegal. Does that mean it's bad? Does that mean it's wrong? No. In the eyes of the government in certain states, that does mean that it is wrong. But it's a plant. It is a plant. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this around right here on this Mercedes Benz. We are just cruising along. Looks like we are entering a little bit of congestion. Let's get behind this Mercedes. A loud truck on the other side. Can't see the numbers on this Mercedes, and I'm not too familiar with all Mercedes brands, but I would try to get up here, that way I can tell you what type of numbers are on the back of this. Pretty smooth looking Mercedes. Definitely looks like a drop top. Looks like a drop top. Let's see, SL600 maybe? I think it is a SL600. Go ahead and Google that Mercedes and get some car porn going on. Get some car candy, eye candy. Got a pickup truck here for $2,800. Obviously, that's a good pickup truck. It's towing something big. It's towing a car on it. It's a little bit beat up. Big Willie's Auto Sales. What?
I'm just gonna try to work my way out of the conversation again because I don't want to continue going on with it and maybe saying the wrong thing either.
Good. What's up, whoever just joined in? We've had a lot of people in and out of here. I've been live for quite some time, and if you are just from YouTube, I am J Drone. You're on the J Drone channel, and we are going from South Carolina to Pennsylvania. We've traveled for 2.5 weeks down Route 66 and made it back to the East Coast. We do drones here, we do urbex here, and right now we are doing a road trip with J Drone. So we're gonna flip it around. If you have any questions or comments down below, type them, hit return. I'm more than happy to converse with anybody that comes in and out of this feed. Right now, we've been live for 200 and some odd minutes. And we have 161 range on my gas tank, so shortly we will have to stop for gasoline, but not immediately. The last gas station we stopped at was rather nice. It was off the beaten path, and it's definitely a very clean, organized gas station, which was pretty neat. We're gonna go ahead and turn this way, get out of the passing lane because we are not passing anybody, and that's how safe drivers roll. Again, loving that Mercedes. You have two cars in front of us, which you probably can barely see. For some reason, the camera makes things look a lot smaller than what they are. Richmond, 94 miles. Roanoke Rapids. I definitely know I said Roanoke, right? Because I've heard that word before. Roanoke Rapids in like 15 miles or so. Cruising down the road with J Drone. And K Drone sitting inside. That is the navigator. My wife's name is K Drone.
Which I said at the end of what I had to say. I said I'm not going to continue with this conversation because we could go back and forth all day. And right now I'm playing navigator back to Pennsylvania.
That's good. Hopefully he drops it. Hopefully he drops it. If you're going to argue with somebody and be done with it. Two people can have an argument and agree to disagree. That's what adults do.
Well, yeah, or they say, I respect your opinion, and that's that.
Right.
But there was no closing to that argument. He didn't want to close the argument, and he just wanted to continue to argue. Makes
Right.
sense. Dumb.
Some people like to have a one-ended argument. I like to have valid arguments. I absolutely do. I love having an argument. Something with validity, though. Something with a little context. Not just like what I know is what I know, and that's what I know, and what you know is wrong. I don't like having those ones. I like having actual eye-opening debates with people where maybe I'll learn something. Maybe I'll teach them something. Maybe.
See, I'm not learning anything from
I know you're not. I'm just talking in general. I like having debates with people because I've had some heated debates where I thought I was right. I thought what I knew was what I knew, and what I knew was right. And here come down the line, somebody turns me on to a different story. Turns me on to, hey, look, check this out. You might want to research this. And I ended up researching that, and bam, so.
And that they said be safe after I told them.
Oh, that's good.
So that's the end of that.
Squashed with a hammer. With a sledgehammer. I have a sledgehammer with me. It's a big old head sledgehammer. It's in the back. It's in my car. The sledgehammer is. So how many miles does map say?
389 miles.
It's not bad.
96 to 95 north. Which we're on 95 north, so that means 96 miles total. We're still on 95 north.
We are doing good. We are cruising along, guys. Cruising along. Dude, that Mercedes is nice. Loving that Mercedes. Right over there.
I want to know what the deal is with these boiled peanuts up here.
Yeah, what's up with boiled peanuts, guys? I know people are popping in and out. Yes, I bet you would. Ask him. Ask him. Right on that feed. Ask him on that feed. Anybody here know what boiled peanuts are? Anybody here that's watching this not live know what boiled peanuts are? Obviously I know what boiled peanuts are, but why are you guys boiling peanuts? What's up with boiled peanuts? I've come in contact with shelled peanuts and peanuts in a can, basically roasted peanuts. But as far as boiled peanuts, I know nothing about boiled peanuts. Do you guys salt them? What's up with boiled peanuts? Hook me up. I need some intel on boiled peanuts, man. And if you just checked in, which I know somebody just did, what up? I'm Jay Drone. This feed has been going on for 209 minutes. It keeps on fluctuating. We keep on getting a lot of people in, a little people in, a lot of people in. And before, we had tons of people going back and forth and conversating and whatnot. And I lost cell signal, which is bound to happen if you're driving across the United States, which we were driving up north, the east coast of the United States, trying to get back home. Been on trip Route 66 for like 2 weeks. Got lots of videos on that, and we got Florida going the wrong way. Why somebody from Florida would head up north is beyond me. If I was in Florida, I'd stay in Florida. I plan on going to Florida at some point. I've never been to Florida. I have friends in Florida. I have a friend about ready to move down to Florida, and Florida should be a nice area. My brother was in Florida. He went to college for I think a year or 2 years in Florida. He transferred down out of Penn State, and pretty nice area from what I hear. And that's just what I hear. And if what I hear is true, I'm ready. There is something called the Oasis Fuel. I don't think there's any Oasis out here. Anything that I would consider Oasis. Damso, big truck gonna cut in front of me. I just let him, so not so much on his part. Kind of playing good karma. Real Christians love their enemies. 1-855 for truth. Little billboard there for you. Little billboard-a-roo. And what do we got here? What do we got? What's that say? Maersk?
I don't know how it's not real.
It's not real. What do you mean it's not real?
It's not like a real word.
Oh.
It's like a name or a proper noun.
Holy John Woodrow. Good morning, my good sir, or good afternoon. Good afternoon here. I don't know if, I think Chicago jumped back an hour or so when we headed out there. It is, right now, it is 12:25 here, brother, and we've just been talking for over 200 minutes. I've just been going live, man. I've been going live since I left South Carolina. We should be heading into Virginia.
Okay, so you said what's up with that. The American Horror Story last season was called Roanoke.
Was it really?
Yes, because the original Roanoke, supposedly tons of people just like disappeared. Like, I don't even know if there's a Roanoke anymore. We're gonna Google it.
We're Googling Roanoke. Does anybody know anything about Roanoke? Supposedly the last American Horror Story was based out of Roanoke, or it was called Roanoke or something.
Yeah, the Roanoke Colony, also known as the Lost Colony.
The Roanoke Colony, known as the Lost Colony. What else? What other information do we have on Roanoke?
Established in 1585 on Roanoke Island, Sarasota County, North Carolina. Okay, so the Roanoke Colony, also known as the Lost Colony, was established in 1585 on Roanoke Island in what is today's Dare County, North Carolina. I was trying to find something worth reading before I started reading, so just...
Okay, wife's doing a little bit more intel on Roanoke. Does anybody else know anything about Roanoke?
Okay, Mystery of Roanoke. Before it appeared, leaving a mysterious clue behind what really happened to the Roanoke settlement. The origins of one of America's oldest unsolved mysteries became traced to 1587 when a group of about 115 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Later that year, it was decided that White, governor of the new colony, would sail back to England in order to gather a fresh load of supplies. But as he arrived, a major naval war broke out between England and Spain, and Queen Elizabeth, blah, blah, blah. In August 1590, White finally returned to Roanoke, where he had left his wife and daughter, his infant, and the other settlers 3 years before. He found no trace of the colony or its inhabitants, and a few clues to what might have happened apart from a single word, Croatoan, carved into a wooden post.
That sounds like that movie, The Fog. That sounds like that movie where they were established in this community, and every time the fog would come, stuff would come out of the fog and take people and whatnot. That sounds like maybe.
Yeah, I just closed it down.
Oh, you should have saw if usually they tell what movies are based off of it. I bet The Fog, or whatever movie that was based off of Roanoke. It looks like Roanoke. We're saying Roanoke. I'm not sure how you say it. But yeah, that's interesting. Just post up on an island, and then dude goes for supplies, and then he comes back. Bam, gone. Where'd everybody go? They're just gone. And I mean, if you're on an island, that's a little bit hard to make everybody disappear, I would think. And again, here's the word on that billboard. I don't know if you guys caught that. But that's the word that we were saying, Roanoke. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So like one of the oldest unsolved mysteries. So if anybody wants to be Nancy Drew and try to solve a mystery, I got one for you. Or Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is cool. That gang's good at solving mysteries. Oh, we are driving, guys. We are super driving. Let's see. John says something. It's morning something. It's morning here. Just got up. I'm liking your t-shirt. Thank you, brother. I absolutely love the color of this t-shirt.
And Justin Benfield, he was commenting on my directing. He said, just come north. If you hit Canada, you went too far. I said, too far Canada, or I said, that's exactly what I was trying not to do. Too far Canada or too far in opinions. Laugh out loud.
Justin did?
Yeah. Because that's what I was trying to avoid. I didn't want to overtly voice anything on either side and then be caught in something crappy.
No, I get it. Yeah, so John, dude, we're heading home, man. We are heading home. What did you say? Oh, you said you want camouflage DM009. I think we're gonna wait a month on that, maybe, if the weather progresses that I can paint, because I'm well overdue for some painting. Absolutely love painting drones, because it's like it's something I created. And then for somebody like you that actually enjoys and appreciates the paint and whatnot, then I send it out to you, and somebody else has something I kind of created. It's a common drone, but bam, with a little touch of J Drone. We got Smithfield in front of us, showing us their meat. Smithfield showing us their meats. Get your meat on with Smithfield. That should be their slogan. Show us your meats.
Does anybody know that like boneless ham isn't like real ham? It's like all this shit that they just kind of like mush together like you do hot dogs in a mold.
Does anybody know about boneless ham? My wife is saying.
If you want to buy ham, you want to buy one with a bone.
Right. My wife is saying you want to buy ham with a bone in it because the stuff that's boneless is basically
just
like
over-processed stuff
it's like
together.
Pork hot dog.
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of stuff compressed together and whatnot.
To form a boneless ham.
So there you go. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you know. That's a great saying. That's like that commercial of bad sayings. That's like the worst saying. The more you know, the more you know. Here, not camper. If you're driving on the road and you see one of these, they are called not NOT campers. That is not a camper. You are not camping in there. That is a hotel. Now, this, on the other hand, is a snacker. This is the snacker right here. Get your snack on. It says get snacking by Utz. Yes. Yeah. Honking the horn. The guy's probably thinking, what the? Why is that dude honking at me? Well, I'm J Drone, and I like chips. You got chips all over your vehicle. I was kind of hoping that you would have threw a bag of chips out of your vehicle into my car, which probably would never happen. And again, John, if you are still here, hopefully, and whoever else is still here, you are still here. When you in custom paint mode, sounds good. Bamzo. So no rush on it. As always, you are a very good friend and also a good customer. I've never painted for anybody else, but I can only assume if somebody sent me the money like you do, which you haven't, and I'm not rushing you to by any means. Take your time. They would probably rush me. They'd be like, I want my drone. And
probably Randy Robbins.
I don't know. I can't see thumbs down here.
There's only one. You
But
got like 13, 14 up.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, so I mean, you're definitely a person that I enjoy painting for because you allow me to be me and take it as it comes. Take care of the drone the way I would like to and in the process that I would like to. And generally, it's a process. With, yes, sir, John, with that else.
We are hitting Virginia very soon.
We're hitting Virginia very soon. With that process on the Ausema, that was an all-day process. I got many man hours in that drone. And that's what I like to do. I like to take my time. I like to make stuff look nice. And again, guys, hopefully our wife's rolling up the window. Here, Nissan. Nissan with New York plates. What's up with these New York plates, yo? I'm encountering tons of people with New York plates. Like that's gotta be like the 5th or 6th person on this road with New York plates. Was there like a convention down here that was like, hey, New York, come on down. Come on down and play. Northampton County, Commerce Park, that's what we're getting close to. We are getting closer and closer to home. I haven't been home in forever. I bet you guys watching, you're probably at home right now, right? We're gonna set the cruise control though. We are gonna hit cruise. We're gonna let down and set. Cruise control is set. We are just cruising right now. Bum, 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 bum. There's the wife's toes. Or no, man, wrong way. Here, wait. Bam, wife's toes. You can kind of see them.
Bit like Sherbert there.
No, you can't see them. Put them that way. Bam! And that is K-Drone, if you guys didn't know. J-Drone and K-Drone.
K-Drone's bladder might be getting a little heavy.
K-Drone's bladder might be getting a little heavy. J-Drone's bladder is fine. So, we're going to get him watered too, because I'm sure he needs to be watered. He is a growing mammal, and if you pour water on them, they grow just like a plant. You have to talk to them and sing to them too. They actually like that. No, actually, dude, dog's overdue for some consumption of water. He's just chilling. He kind of just woke up. My wife got to go to the bathroom. I do see a blue sign. These blue signs usually dictate rest.
Yeah, and the map's searching and searching and searching, but not bringing anything up for me.
Bam, 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 bam,
Rest
bam.
area.
Virginia Welcome Center, next right. We have next right rest area. Look at that. 36 miles. Or no, rest area right here. Why did it say? Oh, next rest area is 36 miles. We are slowing down abruptly. Slowing down so the wife can go to the bathroom so the dog can have some Wawa.
Well,
Yeah. I got it. Let's see here. Yes, we are definitely back. The dog. All right, guys, we are back, and we have poor feed signal, so I think we're going to wrap this up. I appreciate everybody checking in with me. We will see you when we get home.